All right, hello everybody. Welcome, and welcome to VR Master League here in week 3 and our very first Oculus Venues event of the season. Now, we had some of those last season towards the end for those finals. It was such a fun time that we decided, why don't we do it once again? So here we are, about to start off with this first match of 4, but first, of course, our intros. I'm Palidore, casting for you, and joining me on this casting team today. So much for subtleties on the cameras. We have SirDimwi, Swift, and Sputnik Cobra. And this is going to be your team for the day, casting these teams for the day in this exciting event. Thank you, everyone, everywhere, joining us at any time. It's always appreciated. So, just get started here. SirDimwi, I'll hand it off to you. And just, what are you looking forward to in this one? It's a big day. It's a fun time here for VRML, for Echo Arena, and here in Oculus Venues.
I am looking forward to a lot. I already gave the teams a list of my demands on what I want to see today, because I expect to see a whole lot of stuff, a whole lot of great plays, a whole lot of close games. This is going to be some good stuff. I mean, this is the lineup today, starting with Hellbent versus Los Locos. I mean, that's a great. The matchups today are ridiculous. Followed by Illuminati and Zero, God willing, Illuminati versus Instinct, Kangarillas versus Instinct. I mean, it's gonna be. Oh, Palidore, I am ready. I'm so ready.
Same here. And well, how about you, Sputnik? Are you ready? I feel like you are.
Absolutely. I'm just sitting here shaking my head in excitement. I can't wait for these teams to play. Like SirDimwi said, Los Locos versus Hellbent is going to be exciting, and the following matches are going to be just as exciting as this one. And I'm excited to start off the day, and I'm excited to be casting alongside Swift, and I really can't say anything more.
All right, well, Swift, speaking of the man, coming in here to cast this match. How are you feeling just about, not only this match, but how are you feeling overall on the day and just about this whole event, this opportunity here on Venues?
Well, of course, I mean, it's very exciting. Oculus Venues offering us this opportunity. It's a great time to grow our sport and do what we love. But yeah, for today, these matches are absolutely phenomenal. These matchups should be very, very close, and I'm very excited to see how they all go. And I'm expecting some very close matches and some very exciting content for all of you guys.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right. Sounds like the best possible plan, and one that we do hope to deliver here for you on the remainder of the show today, as well as, well, the rest of the season, every Sunday, same time slot. So keep on a lookout for all that. Now, that said, we're going to get ready to begin. So for this first match here between Locos and Hellbent, Dimwi and I will be watching right there with the fans and kind of in the back line. And Sputnik and Swift are going to do a great job here taking over and casting this match for you. Once again, with so much for subtlety on the camera and running the streams. So with that said, Sputnik and Swift, take it away.
Well, I'm excited for this matchup. I feel like excited is a word we're really overusing right now, but it's so true. This is going to be a great matchup. This is the start of something great. This is week 3. I'm casting alongside Swift, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, and I mean, just looking at the connoisseur votes for this game, it's 20-8 in favor of Hellbent. Of course, we all know that the connoisseur vote isn't the end-all be-all, and it's certainly not just determining exactly where the match is going to go. Personally, I know both of these teams, and I know that this is going to be a very close match because I've scrimmed both of them, and I have a feeling this is going to be an absolutely phenomenal matchup, and hopefully we see a 3 rounds. Hopefully we see some overtimes, and hopefully we see some great play from both of these teams here.
Absolutely, and for all the watchers, we do have 3 divisions. We have a North American division, a European division, and an Oceanic division. So we're going to start off the day with a European divisional matchup, and then followed by 2 North American divisional matchups. So we have something for everybody, and I hope you stay tuned for the whole session for all 3 games because it's not going to be something you want to miss.
Yeah, and I mean, exciting is a word you mentioned earlier that we're using. I mean, very, very often. Maybe need to look into getting some new words. Thrilling, exhilarating,
And
electrifying.
definitely, and I would say that maybe a little bit of pandemonium. Hopefully we can get the chat more pumped up because I know we're going to get so many viewers. Everyone's going to be chatting, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger as the day goes on. And well, for you, it's the night, so as the time progresses, maybe that's a better statement, but exhilarating, definitely something that should be used. This is really thrilling.
Yeah, and I mean, as we look to find some more synonyms for the word exciting, should be getting ready very soon here. All players in the match and just waiting to kick off this matchup. And I mean, again, expected to see some very high-level play from both teams, knowing and I mean, playing with both of them. And it looks like we will be getting readied up here, and we should be starting off very, very soon.
Absolutely, and I'm going to put away my casting thesaurus because I just can't find the words I'm looking for. I'm so excited, and you see me there being redundant. But hopefully we can get this to a sense of pandemonium. We can get everybody chiming in chat, telling us who you want to win, who you think's going to win. And with that being said, the countdown is underway, and we're about to see this neutral joust.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of the audience we have here in Oculus venues as well, I see you all. I don't really, but I'd like to think that I do. Anyway, kicking off this neutral joust, and it is going to be taken by a Hellbent first of all, but retrieved again by Mosh of Los Locos, and he is just going to get that clear on through.
And no one's there yet, but that stack is coming in fast. They pick it up, not Kex with possession, sending along the floor to Mosh. So Mosh getting through that defender, sending it down to Senior Loco, and with that pass attempt, it will be intercepted by Baguette, and the clear will sail through and find its way almost to Tube.
An excellent positioning there from Baguette to get that intercept. This one though is just going to fly past Lockie's hands, and Senior Loco going to look for that pass up, but Mosh not able to get the shot online there for Los Locos. So now going to be a stacked race on the other end, and it actually looks like it's going to be Hellbent left with an open goal, but not for long. Ooh, the punch comes through for Williams, but it's just not fast enough, and Baguette is going to put that one in for the 2.
Baguette taking his time and almost getting punished for it, getting stunned out, but able to release the disc towards that goal and find the 2 points. So with that minute off the clock, 2 points to Hellbent to start it off.
Yeah, and they're just going to try and pass this one around. They know that Hellbent is a very stack dependent team, and they're going to play this at the back to try and break up the stack, but it just isn't going to work. Baguette going to intercept here and going to go for this bounce shot off the curve, but not quite going to make it the first try. Baguette collecting there, and he is going to make that 2-pointer just inside of that ball.
Hellbent finding this nice cushion, 2 possessions to start off this first round, so they've got some breathing room. 8 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage to Los Locos. It looks like we'll have some time stoppage, so maybe we can go back to talking about how excited we are, because I know the audience loves to hear that word.
Absolutely, and just reading in the chat here that we likely have hundreds of viewers outside of Twitch as well, whether that's obviously on Facebook or on Oculus venues, of course. And yeah, very excited to hear that, and hopefully you're all having fun. I know that's it's a great experience, and we'll be seeing. I'm interested to hear some feedback about how about what it's like. Well, I kind of know what it's like because we did it in last season for the finals, but I'm very excited to see as more and more people chime into the venues event. I mean, hopefully it's a great experience for you all, and I'm sure it is. And we will be getting kicked off very soon now with the teams readying up.
Definitely, and Hellbent's looking good in this first round. They can benefit from this timeout. They can keep it together. Maybe they're not going to keep that momentum. Maybe they'll shift, and timeouts seem to do that in sports in this game itself. So with that being said, we're back in the game. Joust advantage to Los Locos, and starting it off at 8 minutes and 20 seconds.
And I mean, let's see what they can do here. The Joust advantage, and it is going to be taken by Mosh here. Again, trying to go for this short passing play, trying to break up the stack, but the first pass misses, and it's going to be Oculus here for Hellbent, trying to pass this one through. Going to get it to Baguette, and now just looking to back this one out, but taking a bit too much time with the disc, and now going to be taken by Senor Loco, bouncing off the biggie there, and going to be sent down mid now. Probably going to be a brawl here in this little pocket, but Baguette manages to make it out, goes for the boom shot, and oh, that's going to ding off the top post, and now going to be Mosh retaking this for Los Locos after that very close shot from Baguette out of Hellbent.
Hellbent looking to extend their lead by another 3 points. They will pick it up, but Baguette will get that steal, and he'll be able to avoid 3 defenders, and this team will come up, find that pass as that stack sends their way up and getting it back to Baguette. Baguette finding the shot, so at 5 meters, that's another 2-pointer for Hellbent.
Just some brilliant passing play happening right now for Hellbent, passing around all of the defenders of Los Locos and trying to disrupt the defense a little bit here. Now Los Locos, they need to try and find a pass off of this QB, and they need to try and at least get in the half. Right now they seem to be having some trouble, but now that's a great sequence of passes, and they will get this one cleared, although looking for a stack on the other end, and they will pressure the disc, but not quite get to it quick enough. But they do put enough pressure on to the point where there's not really a chance of a shot here coming out from Oculus, and he's going to be forced to pass this one back into the Hellbent zone. And I mean, they can take as much time as they want with this. They're 6 points ahead. Granted, they have more than half of the game left, but they can waste some time here if they just hold this back in their zone.
And it's a strong possession game from Hellbent, applying strong defensive pressure in the backcourt of Los Locos, and forcing errors and possession changes. So Los Locos will send it down towards that bubble of Hellbent, get that pass opportunity, and not be able to secure the shot. It will be saved by Multi, and Multi will send it through 2 for a clear. He won't find it all the way. It will bounce off the wall, but Hellbent is there to pick it up, and Baguette will send it down towards that bubble, and they'll look to find it, and they will find it. So that's a 3-meter 2 for Hellbent.
And it seems like Los Locos are struggling to get their stacks together at the moment. Hellbent stacks, though, seem to be, I mean, almost on point here. This clear from Baguette followed by the stack, and Oculus unable to take that one up. So Los Locos, they found a nice pass there, and that's actually a really good block. Almost losing the disc there, but Oculus overshooting, and it will give Los Locos a bit of time here with the disc, but going to be briefly cleared over to mid, and Oculus here trying to find some more time with it, trying to waste as much of the clock as they can while they're ahead here, and now trying to get this bounce pass through into the bubble, but going to be intercepted by Mosh now. But the clear down mid is not really good enough, and it's going to be taken here by Oculus, passed back to Baguette, and now looking to progress it as soon as one of the defenders from Los Locos here pushes. And Oculus will indeed try to get this pass, but no, it's going to be stolen away from Notkex, and Notkex going to choose for this back pass, and they're going to get this one cleared away, but no, going to be a stun, and Senor Loco will repick that one up and try and get this clear.
And they won't be able to find it. Baguette will get it, send it back towards that bubble, and look to get that long shot. It will bounce off the back of the crossbar, but picked up, but the save will come through from Senor Loco in goal, but he won't be able to find that clear. Will bounce towards floor, and look at that quick stack from Hellbent, able to recover and send that pass up to Locky. So with that, they're trying to start this offense towards that bubble.
Yeah, and just excellent goalkeeping there from Senor Loco. You saw that Hellbent tried that instant shot off of the post, and but he was definitely ready for it, and so is Oculus with this pass to Multi. An excellent play there, passing over to the rim of the goal, and Multi is going to dunk this one in from behind, and now a 10-point lead. Really wasn't expecting to see this much of a lead in this game, but maybe Los Locos just needs to warm up a little bit and get their head in the game.
Multi was able to get through two defenders to get in that position for the dunk, and narrowly avoiding that stack is Mosh. Mosh sending it up to William. William trying to find that pass back to Mosh, but unfortunately it'll bounce off the Geo, but the steal will come through. A possession loss and many possession changes at mid, and that stack from Hellbent will come through for support and send it back towards the bubble of Los Locos.
Yeah, now Oculus actually going to take this one in, and he's going to do the spin, and he is going to take that one in for the 2. And he will indeed get those 2 points. I mean, after such a flurry of stuns, of stacks, of missed discs and possession changes, Hellbent were able to get that almost purely because of their stack. Los Locos there trying to defend, trying to get the stuns, but ultimately not really working. Oculus able to slip through the cracks there, and now Hellbent. Oculus again receiving possession on the other end, so it seems like Los Locos are really having some trouble getting it out of their bubble because of the pressure being put on here by Los Locos, so by Hellbent, sorry. And now Oculus looking for the cross pass, but really nice stun there. And now Mosh going to get one for himself, and he is going to clear this one away for Los Locos, but not all the way through. And it is going to be retaken here by William, but going to be stunned away by Lockie, who is stunned away by Mosh. And nice double stun there from Mosh, and he's going to pass this one back and try and find some more time with it. Speaking of time, they do not have much of it left, 2.5 minutes, but they are down 12 points so far. Mosh trying to take this one back for Los Locos again.
And it will not find its way through the tube. They're having a hard time finding their clears, just getting it out of their back court. So the pass will go up to Bowtie, and another successive pass down to Floor. So Hellbent's just looking so clean with their possessions and just putting so much pressure on this defense. Defense is not able to respond or get the clears out. That pass will come through, and another shot from Baguette that's on target with the assist by Multi.
Yeah, they have such a high success rate with these turnovers and with the possessions. I mean, it's just because that they're passing around the defense so much. They only go into the bubble when they know it's going to be a 1v1, when they know it's going to be 99% shot. Knockhex here. That's a really nice back pass to Mosh, and now finally going to get it out of their zone. But Senor Loco here looking for a pass, and we'll try to make this cross, but covered very well by Baguette. But Mosh trying to take this one back, and now Knockhex trying to walk this one through after receiving that pass. The back pass coming through, and this one coming forward for Mosh, but no, just missing the player here, and Baguette's going to recollect here and try and send this one away. In fact, they will, but here comes the stack from Los Locos on the defense, and now William trying to get this one cleared away.
So William with possession, looking at that defender coming forward at him, and he'll throw the interception at mid to Baguette. Baguette will send it down towards Bubble. Looking to retrieve it is Hellbent. They'll get stunned out, but coming back in from the back court is Multi. So with this possession, they're looking to score even more points. Lockie at the ceiling will send it down to post, and another attempt will come through, but saved by the goalie of Los Locos. Los Locos able to set it right out, but Hellbent is so quick, sending it to shield, and another attempt will come through. Shot will be off target, and the slap out of the bubble will send it to mid.
Yeah, and just some great defense at the end there by Los Locos. The goalie being pressured, but not really seeming to be phased by it. Mosh making the save anyway. And now this one going to bounce down to Senor Loco. He's just going to try and slap this one away. But Multi trying to retrieve this and get some last final points here. Oculus trying to get this one through, and in fact he will get a stun. But William just going to pick this one up and back pass. And that will be round 1, 14-0 to Hellbent. So a much bigger lead, of course, than I was expecting, but I'm hoping to see Los Locos bring some heat in this second round and build some momentum.
These teams are playing hard. This is the venue's premiere for Season 2. We're all excited, and I know these players have been waiting for this day, so they're playing their hardest, and Hellbent showing it with this very dominant first round, but Los Locos can find success in the second round. They just have to get their coordination down and find a way to defeat the fast-moving stacks of Hellbent.
Yeah, and they were trying to do that in this first round. They really tried to get the stuns onto Hellbent, but it was just a couple of players that managed to slip through the cracks of the defense and trying to stun away the stacks. And ultimately, it led to a couple of goals that maybe shouldn't have happened after maybe some miscommunication in the defense. But hopefully they can correct this in the second round. Make some changes to their playstyle to combat this stack-heavy play from Hellbent.
Absolutely, and Baguette in this first round will come away with 8 points. Mosh on Los Locos will find 2 saves, as well as Senor Loco himself. So some good points, some good stats on the board, and with the countdown, we're starting the second round.
This one going to be taken by the stack of Hellbent again, but going to bounce away here, and now Senor Loco trying to take this one here, and get it cleared through, but Baguette with the intercept, and the immediate pass to Locky, and he's going to try and take this one in for the 2, but Senor Loco with the interception, and getting this one cleared instantly, but here comes the stack from Los Locos, and now going to be a stack race on the other side. Baguette is there, and now it's just going to be a brawl. And this clear not going to go all the way through, so it's going to be recollected here. Oh, but maybe not by Marsh, and this one going to be taken now by William, who's going to look for the pass under the goal. Notkex though, not quite receiving the pass, not able to find his anchor on the block. Now Notkex trying to get something done on the offense, but no, another interception for Baguette. And he is going to get this one cleared on through all the way into the other zone, but the stack has already come through for Los Locos, so they're doing a much better job already this match on the stacks. But Oculan's going to take it anyway, going to drive it in for the 3, but Notkex is there for the save.
Los Locos having difficulties on offense. They just can't get past this Hellbent defense. And this Hellbent offense is just so clean and coordinated, able to work their way around the bubble, pull this defense out of position, and getting that pass, but not able to complete it, and looking to get that rebound is William, and he'll send it down to floor. It won't find its way out of the backcourt. Locky with possession, able to avoid that defender, trying to send that forward pass. It's not going to be on target, and the slap out will come through, sending it back towards mid.
And Baguette here trying to recollect on the offense here for Hellbent yet again. Baguette trying to pass this one through, not seeing any goals this game, this round, sorry, yet. As Multi tries to find the first couple with this pass to Baguette, but just offset on the goal, and that's a great stun on the goalie there from Locky to give that a 100% chance of going in. And Baguette will put it in for the 2, 4 meters out, 60 meters a second, a great shot. And 6 minutes remaining, plenty of defense over on the Los Locos end. They're just really struggling to get it out of their half.
Absolutely, and rolling out once again is Los Locos. They're trying to respond with more coordinated and shorter passing, and able to get down court. Mosh with possession, looking for that cross pass and getting it. William has this attempt going down from ceiling and getting it off the backboard, but it won't find its target. But following it up will be Mosh. So William will get the assist with the shot off the backboard, bouncing off the back of the crossbar, and Mosh will find those 2 points at 3 meters.
As we do see another timeout here, presumably from whichever team did not call it out from last time. Of course, being allowed 1 timeout per set, as the rules go. But yeah, I mean, so far, Los Locos finding the offense and finding the first 2 points in this set right now. A nice cross pass, but it does seem like they are hesitating a fair bit, which is costing them some possession. Here and there, you saw there from William. He could have taken the 3-pointer. In fact, the goalie wasn't ready. He could have shot around the goalie there as he pushed a little bit too far through, but he hesitated and found himself with too steep of an angle on the goal. Couldn't quite find it the first time, and I mean, if that hadn't gone in from that recollect from Marsh, I think we'd be seeing a very tough mental game to play here for Los Locos in the second round.
Definitely, and having some momentum is such a benefit to any team and any player. Maybe losing it in the first round, but finding some of it in the second round. So Los Locos is able to respond with that 2-pointer. And this timeout will come through, so it's up to them to maintain that momentum when play resumes, but a great turnaround from Los Locos.
Yeah, and I mean, again, just some brilliant defense from Los Locos we've seen so far. They couldn't really get it out of their bubble for pretty much a straight 3 minutes or so, and they still managed to keep out any points for quite a while. It seems like we will reset, but the score not set correctly.
Hi, so I'm gonna step in real quick, just to give you guys an update. I guess call me refereeador. So the teams had not started actually with the clock set correctly because of the initial restart before. So being that it was 2-2, they're just going for a straight up restart here. But that's why round 2 had begun with about 8 minutes 20 seconds remaining. So that's the delay. But we're back in it. So back to you guys.
So Mosh with possession, finding that pass to the floor. Notkex trying to find that clear through mid. It will bounce off the Geo, be picked up and sent back towards the bubble, but not finding its way all the way through, and the stun will come through. So Hellbent looking to get possession, and just many changes in possession as these stuns come through back and forth from both of these teams.
Yeah, and this one actually just gonna be picked up by Hellbent on the other end. And Locky here just trying to find as much time as he can. And wait for the Hellbent offense to get downfield, although we do see a dropout here for Hellbent. So they, it looks like we will see a restart here. There's some waving of hands.
Yeah, so another time stoppage will come through. Technically, they're not allowed this, but we have to roll with it. So with these teams, they're going to slow it down. They're going to take their time. And Hellbent going to continue playing through. I'm going to hand this off to you, Swift.
So, I mean, depending on what team, well, of course, Hellbent was the one that started this timeout. This time, I'm not sure who initiated it the first time. If it was Los Locos, then this is completely legal because the last rematch was not really a timeout because it was just resetting the scoreboard. So, pretty sure this is a legal timeout here from Hellbent. So, we'll hopefully see. As, this one is put in for the 2, presumably gonna be another reset here, or maybe not.
Well, we're gonna go with it. We're gonna continue casting it, and they're gonna continue playing it. So 2 points to Hellbent, 7 minutes 40 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage to Los Locos. Los Locos wanting to come back from this. They're gonna send an interception to be sent down towards the bubble. Slap out coming from Los Locos, but Hellbent able to pick it up along the wall. Baguette with possession, setting up the nest, and that shot will come through at 6 meters. So 2 points, 4-point lead to Hellbent.
And again, see the passing and Oculus coming in there with a little bit of solo play and the great shot positioning, and he gets that one in. And just an overall really good job on offense by Hellbent. And now going to be Los Locos trying to counter that with this back pass to William. Now to Mosh, and he's trying to progress this up. Gets this to Senor Loco as he is pressured by a couple of members of Hellbent, but that's a really nice pass over to Notkex, but he's already stunned away, and now Baguette's going to take this one. Going to clear it through, but it's not quite an accurate clear because of that stun coming through from William for Los Locos. So now Senor Loco trying to find this one on the reset. Now just missing the hands of William there, and going to be recollected by Baguette, but going to be stunned away by Mosh. So great stun use here by Los Locos, but going to be eventually Oculus coming away with the possession, but not getting the clear that they wanted. So Senor Loco here going to try and reset yet again on the offense for Los Locos, and I like that they're taking their time with it here and getting around the stack as much as they physically can, because this is the way they need to play in order to beat Hellbent.
They're going to have to play hard to come back from this deficit. 4 points, that's 2 possessions. They just need to get their passing in the bubble right, and they'll lose possession off that stun. Will come through with the slap and be picked up by Oculus when he receives it, but he can't find the clear through mid. So it's another scramble for possession, but that Hellbent stack is so quick to respond. They get it at the wall. They try and send it through mid. Another stack will come through, sending the interception to Mosh, and it just changes in possession from both of these teams.
Well, Notkex just missing the disc there, and just missing the hands of a couple players of Los Locos there, so having some trouble receiving the disc. But here comes the stack from Hellbent, and actually that one's going to be in with that great shot from Baguette, and that was indeed on purpose. He threw it for the tunnel shot, so it curved up and went into the goal, and went into the goal it did, forcing Hellbent now with a 7-point deficit over Los Locos.
That's a lot of possession, so Los Locos again will take it from Joust advantage. They'll send it quickly to Notkex, and Notkex will try and find it to William, but that stack is just so oppressive, putting pressure down court, and they'll send it back towards Bubble. They'll look to boost to it, and the back stack will find its way forward, but overshoot it. At the wall is Oculus sending that short pass to Multi, and they're trying to get set up in the bubble. That second pass won't find its way to its target, bouncing out and getting picked up by Los Locos, who find the clear through the tube.
This one actually, it might be pressured very well here by William, and they're forcing them to get that clear through, but actually it won't make it all the way through. Senor Loco trying to find a stun there, but not quite fast enough, and this one's going to be cleared through into the bubble, and actually Baguette's left with an open goal, takes a shot but not quite online. Multi trying to get this one through the second time, and not quite on either, so now going to be cleared by Los Locos, and they're going to try and find a stack, and in fact they will. Looking at an open goal now, William with the 3-point shot, and he will make it from 17 meters out. So maybe this is what Los Locos needs to build some momentum and bring this fight back against Hellbent and try and take a round 3 victory.
Maybe the tides are shifting. Hellbent on winning this. So they're going to have Joust advantage, 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. And that quick stack will come through, and they'll find the shot to the bottom pocket. So maybe the tides are shifting. 2-point deficit, advantage to Hellbent. But this might be the start of something great.
This is exactly what Los Locos needed. Not in particular just the way that the 3-pointer happened, but they needed. I think it was a 2. But, I mean, the way that the goal happened. But they did need 2 consecutive goals like that so that they could be able to build some momentum. And they will have plenty of it here, trying to fight back now against Hellbent. And they will end up with possession. And Los Locos with the clear. But the stack being stunned away here by Hellbent. And going to be pressured very well. And this is something we're seeing differently here from Los Locos. They're splitting up their players from the stack so that they can pressure the stacks with just one person, which of course it gives them an advantage. If one person is able to stop a stack of 2, then of course that is a good trade. But this one is going to be taken by Hellbent and cleared away. But the stack again from Los Locos, so already something we've seen improve from the first round. And the stack from Los Locos seems to be much better and much more in form as this intercept comes through for Senor Loco. Great, great positioning there, but another stack from Hellbent will stun away that offense, and now going to be the attempted clear, but not going to go all the way through. Mosh trying to recollect, but a great steal from Baguette, and he's going to try and find this bounce shot off the top, and almost making it, but on the recollection now, trying to find something done on the reset, but it's just going to be thrown away by Los Locos.
And then Hellbent stack will come through into mid, regaining possession, sending it up to Baguette. Baguette trying to find that bounce towards Bubble, be picked up by the goalie, descending from goal to find it. Notkex sending it forward into Bubble and maybe able to get this forward positioning, and that shot will come through, but it won't be on target. Will bounce out of Bubble, and looking to pick it back up is Los Locos. So Mosh sending it down along the wall, and that shot will come through, and it's a tie game. 90 seconds on the clock. They've done it. They've come back. We might see an overtime.
Excellent play from Los Locos, and they really changed up their game plan, it seems, for this second round, and it's really working out for them. 3 consecutive goals in a pretty small amount of time, and that will of course bring them now to drawing again in this second round. So Oculon trying to find this pass up, but Hellbent seem to be in disarray now, exactly the same way that Los Locos seem to be in the first round. So now Senor Loco trying to get this one cleared through, and the stack also coming through, putting some pressure on there and actually ending up with possession, but getting stunned away briefly there by Oculon. Going off the headbutt now, and it is going to be taken by Senor Loco, but only for a second as Baguette gets there with the stun, going for the bounce shot there on the offhand, not quite going to make it though, and this one actually going to be taken by the stack of Hellbent. Yet again they look for the bounce shot, not quite online, but now behind the goal, and what a save from Senor Loco to save them 30 seconds away, and then the stack comes through, but not quite able to find the disc, and now going to be cleared away, and now it's just a fight Now Hellbent just trying not to concede while the disc is in their half, going to try and pass it around and force an overtime it seems here, or force this cross, and they're going to try and go for this cross pass here. The stack is formed here for Hellbent, but not quite on target with the stack. Senor Loco going to get this one cleared away, and that is going to be the end of round 2. And we are going to go to overtime. So it's not going to be the end of round 2. This is going to be round 2 overtime.
And that was a lot. Maybe you should take a sip of water, and I need a sip of water because I'm famished. Look at that. It's overtime. They've come back, and maybe they'll be able to win this second round. So with this neutral joust about to happen, 2 minutes on the clock in this first overtime round, and I'll slap it down. Hellbent with this forward advantage as it goes towards Bubble, and the stack will come through, and then maybe this is it, and it is it. So that is the end of this matchup. They'll take it into on overtime. Hellbent not conceding this second round, not conceding this matchup, not giving up, and showing that they've got what it takes.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it. Los Locos really had something going there in the second round. For it to be denied so quickly in the overtime, unfortunate there for Los Locos, but they definitely brought a good fight to the table. They almost got mercied in the first round. Clearly they changed something up. Something happened there, and Los Locos' ability to adapt and then keep fighting back when they've taken such a big loss in the first round is absolutely incredible. And Los Locos should definitely not be frowning at this match. They played very, very well, but Hellbent were just able to take them in round 1 and able to exploit the defense in the first round and stop any momentum from building too early on in the match. And Los Locos not quite able to find it back for the second round and keep it into overtime. But what a fantastic match here, and a brilliant way to kick off as our first venues match in the mid-season.
Absolutely. What an exciting comeback. Unfortunately, Los Locos wasn't able to secure that second round win and force a third one. So Hellbent on victory will find it. And tell me what those stats say, Swift, because I can't even focus right now.
It's going to be Senor Loco getting 2 points over for Los Locos, and William with 5 as well. Baguette finding the game high of 13 points for Hellbent, followed by Multi with 4 and Oculus with 6. So just brilliant offensive play by Hellbent, and of course getting all of those passes. Baguette finding 3 assists, and Multi with 2, Oculus with 1. And of course, some great passing play from the other end as well, and Los Locos able to build that momentum into round 2, try and keep it. So there's an assist there from Mosh, but also the defense from Los Locos, I think, is really what kept them in that round, especially in the second half. That you got 4 saves from Senor Loco, 3 saves from Mosh, 1 for Notkex, and 1 apiece for Baguette and Multi on the other team, and 2 for Oculalin. So just great play overall by both teams, and very exciting match.
Absolutely, and that will do it for this first game. We have 2 more exciting games, and they're going to be just as exciting as this one. So I've been Spunded Cobra, that's been Swift, and I'm going to hand it off to Palidore.
Oh, well, hello. So, all right, guys, we got another match coming up right away. Going to be minimal downtime here, so just a couple minutes, but we're going to go right into the following match here, which will be Illuminati, formerly known as Illuminati, formerly the preseason 1 champions, up against a very, very talented team, a kind of a mishmash of players in Zero, coming from season 1 and well beyond. Very experienced players, long-time ones coming up next. It's going to be a fun clash, so stay tuned. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League. We're getting ready to start off hot with a second match here of the day out of a scheduled four. On the floor, I'm Palidore. Next to me, it's Dimwi. On the camera's Subtlety. And you gotta love how it all ties together. But SirDimwi, how are you feeling about this? We're gonna get the team started soon, but I know this is some interesting developments before the match had started here, as some people who are familiar with these teams might notice, but it's still going to be a fun one, I think.
Yeah, some added intrigue at the last moment. I mean, there's enough intrigue in this game, just from the matchup itself. Illuminati, a returning team, an established team, as you mentioned much earlier on, a team that won the preseason championship in North America. And then Team Zero, a new team, but not new players. Sneaky Evil and Zenith, both from Orbit last season. Voodoo from Flare, all top 10 teams from season 1. A couple, I think, even maybe both in preseason as well. And then, of course, Rox Titan, who I don't... I know he didn't play in season 1. I'm not sure if he played in preseason. And I know he played some in the ESL as well. And from what we've seen from these guys so far, as a team that's only been playing together for they've only been competing together for 3 weeks, is absolutely incredible. I mean, some really incredible coordination, the way they move the disc, some of the plays they run is just I could say Rox Titan probably got my best reaction from any goal ever that got featured in one of those Lanzan videos. I love saying his name like that. It's Lanzan. I say Lanzan. And then, yeah, but also that added intrigue we were talking about was Wit unfortunately had a water heater bust literally 20 minutes ago. And so at last minute they had to find a sub, and that's going to be Alduin here. And Alduin, someone who's been, he's been looking to prove himself for a while, and absolutely getting an opportunity here in this matchup between these two teams. I mean, these are top teams, and he's going to get his opportunity here to prove that he belongs at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I will say for these teams, we've seen them enough in the recent weeks where we know what they are capable of bringing to the table. Rox Titan, as I think Chat also mentioned, he is a player, kind of the world famous sub over in season 1. And again, I always gave him compliments in the sense that he wasn't a sub because he couldn't get on a team. He's a player who could go on any team and belong right there at the top level. It's just in that season 1, more suitable to his schedule. That is a nice part about VRML for those watching as we get set to begin here. For VRML, it's all flexible scheduling. It's a ladder system. So you get MMR, matchmaking ranking after a few matches. You get placed against similar teams on the ladder. There's almost 160 active teams now. So of all skill levels, you get paired against, if you're a lower experienced team, you'll get paired against those kind of teams. High experience, you get paired against those kind of teams. And then the schedule, 2 matches a week, teams schedule amongst themselves, 24/7 pretty much. At the moment, though, going for the 24-hour up top shot. But no, it's just going to be taken back in addition to the pocket here as we do get started.
Yeah, that was the initial neutral joust was won there by Zero. It's still in possession of Zero. Sneaky Evil going to forward this one up there to Zenith. Zenith near side wall going to pull that defense out, and that's 2 defenders. That's a lot of room in the bubble. But Sneaky Evil going to take a moment with it, draw another one out up to Voodoo. Voodoo bringing this one in, going for that cross pass, but Burbs, previously Suburban Legend, sending this one away here for Illuminati, and the races are away.
He's almost going into the goal. Still, Burbs there on the recovery as well. Just gonna gradually fly in with the full wingspan extension on the dunk. It's 2 points here for Illuminati.
I mean, sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to send it in and just try to beat the other team there, and they do. Burbs picking that one in and going to slam it for the 2. That's 54 seconds in, almost a full minute, now over a minute gone, as it's going to be Zero with SGL's advantage.
All right, so on the launch out here, Zero getting it to Voodoo. Voodoo, a very deep woven pass to Sneaky. Sneaky has a cross available. We'll just consider the options and consider the following. It's a Rox Titan over to Voodoo here, up to the nest, but a bit too strong, right back to the hands of, guess who? Burbs, and then Speedy. Deep shot, clear perhaps, but there's a stack, and taking no naps. Alduin subbing in and running hot for the 5 points here on that shot.
Yeah, Alduin flying in like a dragon. He's gonna love that. As yeah, he brings that one in for the first three in the game. And but we saw again there, Zero getting some great passes in, some great possession, and then that one missed pass, and Illuminati is able to quickly punish for it. That's what's getting Illuminati the lead right now. Zero's got to clean up these passes, particularly around the bubble, if they want to start coming back here.
Yeah, the positioning was excellent last time around, and trying to maintain that here, the same kind of thing. Getting a little bit scrambled though because of that stack, but yeah, just we know that the passing was the idea was right, just some strong passes a bit, and then off positioning that time. So out of position maybe here, but a good stun, double knockout in fact. Now going back to the hands of Zero and resetting to Sneaky in the goal, who looks for that crossover. But look at this pressure coming in as well from Illuminati.
Yeah, pressure, and then they, looking for the clear. A fortunate bouncer into the hands of Rocks, but now it's going to turn over for QL. And they saw Zero just trying desperately to get that out of their zone, and they got stuffed up. And it kind of started on that missed clear as it bounced off the lip, and now it's going to be a cross pass there to QL Young. QL Young looking to move in. Look for that cross pass to Speedy. Speedy was pushing up, but he does recover that one. Going to go ahead and send it back to Alduin on the back line. Alduin going to move this one up. Has the defender out. Speedy with it, trying to send it in, but off the head of Rocks Titan, and now Zenith is going to forward this one away.
Very nice dive there from Rocks, but the question is, can they convert on offense? That's the thing about defense. It's so hard to do consistently. It's so team-based, relying on absolutely everyone to be in the perfect position, just like the shot was. Voodoo receiving it right down the middle at the nest, at the barrier, and then he buried it. And there's 2 points for Zero.
Yeah, that's what Zero needed right there. We're over 3 minutes in. They needed to get a goal. They finally get that one in. It was a minute 20 since our last goal there. It took us a little bit to get to that one, but it does get Zero on the board. Still down by 3, but over 6 minutes to go here. We'll see if they can build off that.
Now trying to build on something here for Illuminati. A very quick slap, and will just be received there by Voodoo, and Zenith was in the area as well. It'll get stuck at the midline where it's recovered by Speedy. Speedy, of course, very long time player, one of my favorite guys in general. I know caster's bias and whatever, but Speedy just been there since the beginning, had some great matches and rivalries with him and his teams over the years, and until I became a caster here. So always good to see Speedy there, and he's always at the very tip top of Echo Arena, just as much as anyone else in this match.
Now this one's going to get cleared all the way into the Illuminati bubble. Voodoo gets a hand on it, but CD with the stun. Another stun going out there. Rock's trying to get this one, but QL Young going to get that slap, get it sent across the bubble. You see Zenith on the far side, the leech there. I believe that was QL with the leech. He sends that one away, but Rockside now quickly on the back line here for Zero, sending that one back to Voodoo. Voodoo under pressure. He's going to send that one up, and now Zero trying to turn it around one more time.
And just turning around, redirecting off that pack, and then right back to Zenith in the front line, but getting stolen from. There's Alduin, so not only in the goal, but even outside, just showing the continued rapid rate of increased skill level and play. Again, Alduin, one of those good stories from VRML in the first season, and just continuing to develop at a very, very fast pace as the score now on that fast race into the goal from Voodoo.
Yeah, that was dirty there from Voodoo. He comes away with that one, and as he's floating over one of the defenders there, he gets that stun off. The defender stunned his teammate, and he stuns that defender, and then gets a shot in on the goalie. Goalie was ready and waiting for it, but that placement was perfect. And that's going to put 4 points on the board here for Zero. Still down by 1, but over 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, I was really curious on how this would unfold here with the late sub, the unexpected situation there with Wit being lost momentarily. Speedy here, not too many moments to get the disc right back. Trying to, though, is Burbs. Burbs dishing up high to Speedy, and Speedy now the reset to Q.
So cross pass here over to Alduin. Alduin double covered. So the cross pass there over to an open Speedy, but off the mark. Now handled by QL Young. Going down to the floor now to Burbs, but he's going to get stopped by Zenith. And Zenith's going to clear that one out, but right there into the hands of Alduin. He's going to forward that one back up to Burbs. He's going to get sent out. And now Zenith, once again, Zero sending this one in deep. That's going to be near the goal. The chain is down there, but they overshoot. They can't get the grab, and that one's going to bounce all the way back out to mid.
Oh, throwing out the arm, it looks like. So got to pop that back into socket right now, though. Trying to just approach, maybe take the defense off balance off of this. An immediate shot. Oh, it's going to be taken, but Gold by himself. So perhaps saved a 3. It was borderline. Still a 2-pointer, though, going the favor. So tough turnaround, but nonetheless, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left here. Still the first round, and now we've got ourselves a presumable a restart there to address whatever the issue may have been. But there you go. Still a fun round so far.
Yeah, that save. I can't even. I was watching the replay and I still can't really tell what happened. I mean, he definitely got the grab on it. It wasn't a ping, it wasn't a ping thing. He got the grab. It was solid in his hand, and then somehow it just goes in. I don't know if it was a trip or something. Maybe that's what caused the tech timeout, because it definitely looked like there's like a lean forward, maybe by mistake, but nonetheless, I mean, it was a good goal. Illuminati now up by 3, over 3 minutes left on the clock here. Still a close game, still either team's game. And both teams showing signs of life all throughout this one. A lot of great possession, a lot of great passing. The speed of Illuminati is really what's making the difference so far. But we saw a lot of great control schemes from Zero, getting moving through mid, getting all the way to the bubble, and then for one reason or another, just it getting broken up a couple times. They did get a few good goals in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then that close one though, they had that clear in. The chain was there, and it looked like someone lost a hand and just couldn't finish it. So yeah, I mean, this is still a close game, and still only round 1.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, those ones where you feel like you had a good defensive play, you had the breakaway goal, and then it's just suddenly snatched out of your mitts in a moment's notice, and then not only that, it turns around into a shot for the other team. That is just a very, very tough thing to happen, especially on the mentality, if nothing else, especially with the clock winding down like it is here. But they're going to wind out on this rollout. Very quick succession of passes with some success indeed, as they now back it out. And there's that positioning here and the attempted midfield play, but very bothersome on those always speedy stacks. Now getting stunned out and now maybe in position for a goal.
You see the notice they stun out that stack, they start moving forward, and that's what they were looking for. They needed to open up the space, and they do. And that's going to be Sneaky Evil sending it to Zenith underneath the goal. Zenith's going to pop that one in for the 2. That's going to bring us back to a 1-point game here for Zero. Still 2.5 minutes on the clock here, still a lot of time, still a game.
Absolutely is. It is just neck and neck, and that's what you expect from these level of teams, these level of players. I'm pleasantly not surprised, just I'm pleasant is what I am right here as they go for another offensive attempt here, trying to make things unpleasant for Zero. But 1-point lead, it's narrow. They need to take care of the disc first and foremost before they get their offense rolling.
So that's QL sending this one in off the back line up to Alduin. Alduin going to back this one up. A little bit of room. Going to take the shot. Sorry, the pass to Burbs. The alley-oop. Alduin to Burbs. Burbs going to plant that for the 2, and that's going to put Illuminati back up by 3.
There was nothing oops about that alley-oop. That was just a great grab from Burbs. Flying like a burb for the collection, for the Duncan. They're up here. 3 points and less than 2 minutes left.
So that's going to be Rocks on the back line, taking that one, sending it across to Zenith. Zenith there up to Voodoo. Voodoo going to forward this one in to Sneaky. Sneaky going to go for that back pass, open up some space here. Does hit Rocks. Rocks has some room. That Chain comes in for him. Chain splits up, so maybe an opportunity here for Zero. Rocks sending this one in. Oh, they do catch up to him. The stun there by Burbs. He's going to get that one, clear it out, but right there in the hands of Voodoo. Not quite. And actually, no, it's going to be QL Young going to be able to slap this one out back towards mid, but now handled by Zenith once again on the back line. 1:25 on the clock up to Voodoo. Voodoo going to cross there to looking for Sneaky, but Sneaky's going to get stunned up, but Rock's going to recover that one, send it back to the back line here to Zenith.
Illuminati is just being incredibly aggressive, but somehow breaking loose. It's a very aggressive Voodoo with a Voodoo curse, and back within 1 point here as we do wind down this first round, a minute remaining.
Yeah, 1 minute left on the clock. It's actually going to be 52 seconds. And still a 1-point game, so I would expect a Zero to come out flying on this one, a really quick chain.
All right, so it really just comes down to these next couple possessions needing to take care of it. Burbs trying to sling it, but there's going to be several players there in blue, and now trying to make Illuminati blue, perhaps, if they can score here very, very late. But some good interference being ran by Burbs. Still 1-point control, and that was extremely risky to the back lane as it does get cleared now to the blue side. And provided they get here first, don't overshoot it. It may just be, no, a good stun from Rocks.
So 22 seconds on the clock, going to be headed by QL on the far side. QL going to back it up to the back line there. Good play by him as they are up by 1. They just need to run the clock out. 15 seconds. Going to go back up to QL. QL going to cross it there to Alduin. Alduin going to bring this in for the shot. He plants it, and that's going to be it for round 1. Illuminati 11-8 over Zero off the 2-point there from Alduin from the feed from QL. What a way to end round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, ending it too with the substitute, but definitely, I mean, Wit is not someone you can ever replace on any team, on any roster, or on any league-related team either, for that matter. But Alduin, I mean, if anyone can do it, I suppose as we've seen here. He's going to be the guy, just stepping in literally the last few minutes. There was not a lot of time to make that happen. And continuing just the growth just as a player. And so doing a good job here, but of course, for all of Illuminati, you can see the stat line there. And Dimwi, I'll let you give us a little read at it.
Well, game high points to Voodoo is 6, but notable most points there on Illuminati is to Alduin with 5, also picking up an assist. Burbs with 3 saves on the back line, also 2 goals, 4 points for him. And very, very interesting to note that here, as we mentioned, Alduin the sub, the up-and-comer, the one with something to prove. I think he might be proving it here. So long as he holds on to round 2. I mean, if Illuminati can take it to 0 and 2 with Alduin as a sub, I think Alduin just made a great case for him to be picked up by any of these top teams moving forward. As he is technically, he's still a league substitute at the moment, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But 0, I mean, how close was 0 to coming back there? And it really comes down to that bubble attack. They get around the bubble, and it's either Illuminati's defense or maybe missed passes from the offense, maybe a mix of both. But just right, 0 is moving it down beautifully. I mean, their formations are awesome. They know how to attack. We saw that one play where they pulled that defense out. They broke up the chain, and then immediately after breaking up the chain, they come in on the attack, and that was exactly what they were looking for. That was a perfect execution. It's all about numbers when you're attacking that bubble, and they know what they need to do. They just need to execute it. And I think after that round 1, after getting a few good looks, I think we're going to see some execution from 0 here in round 2, and I'm predicting a round 3.
And even regardless of all that, we're always wanting the round 3. Chat, always wanting the round 3. Everyone there watching on Twitch, everyone watching on Facebook Live, on Juked, on Oculus venues, especially. I keep hearing good things from the chat in the Discords. Everyone definitely feeling anything but Discord. It's happiness. It's chaotic, but it's fun.
What's really cool about venues?
Yeah.
So if you're watching this in venues right now and you like what you see, and you're not sure what you're really watching, you want to check it out. Right now, you can pull up your Oculus store and search for Echo VR. It is free. It might even be under Echo Arena. I'm pretty sure it's Echo VR. And it is free, and it's currently in beta on the Quest, but it will remain free on release. So definitely give that a check out, give that a download, check that out once we're done here today, and see what all the fuss is about. Because I will tell you right now, your first day at Echo Arena is a discovery.
And now we're going to channel it in for the second round launch. So here we go. See if 0 can have their comeback round. Alduin attempting to deny it with that first bold shot attempt, but it looks like a retention here still going to be had by Illuminati. And here we go. Defense just taking place.
Good pickup there by Sneaky. You can send it back there to Voodoo, but right there in the hands of Burbs. Burbs looking for that cross pass just out of reach for their just out of reach of QO Young. Going to bounce down to the floor, and that one's going to get sent back all the way to the back line, but nobody there. So a self clear going to be tracked down by 0. Rock's tight with this one. Rock going to send this one in deep, looking for Zenith. Oh, the shot almost on. That one's going to bounce out, and Speedy sending that one away all the way back out.
Oh man, I thought that was in for sure, and I think maybe so did they, but still gonna have to wipe that off the old slates and just keep going here with that good positioning, passing out, resetting. A little bit of a rush one there, granted, but a soft tap over to Sneaky. Now Sneaky being assaulted a bit, but just trying not to get stunned by the defense. You can see how careful they are. They're trying to be aggressive to force the passes, but not so aggressive that they get stunned out and then caught out in the backfield, leaving the bubble too open.
And a missed pass there, but it's going to get recovered by Sneaky Evil now on the floor. Still a 0-0 game. We're over a minute in. Cross pass up there to Alduin, excuse me, that was Voodoo. Voodoo cutting in, yeah. Presumably went off the head of Alduin on the way in. So that's going to be scored by Voodoo. The first 2 points on the board, a minute 17 in, and that's the first goal to 0 in round 2.
Oh, like I said earlier, it's one of those situations. It happens. You're a goalie. A tremendous one if you're Alduin. And then you get the save, you think, but nope, it's not. It's not meant to be. At the very least, though, it's still just a 2-point advantage here, and 0 is going to come up here to Zenith, and Zenith going to Rock's Titan, trying not to miss, and they're flying, and they're looking, they're searching, but saving, but then right back, it's Zenith attacking with a Duncan.
what a stop. I mean, the recovery there by Zenith is grade A, but that stop, that disc movement, that passing, those are their flourishes. Zero. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, man. That was beautiful there from Zero the whole way in. It was an even better stop. But that whole sequence was awesome.
Ooh. And right now, Zero looking in awesome rhythm to start off. Here's another turnover they force. So starting to find that exact just rhythm, that pacing to their game as they go for a train. And I don't know about that because they're going to lose it out but then be stunned. I'm surprised to see him pulling that out this early into the match. But you know what? I think it's a sure sign that they may be feeling good here.
I would agree, and definitely not the place to deploy the Joker train. Even Joker would tell you that, but Sneaky Evil, now with this one, setting it down to Zenith.
Wow.
He's going to plant that one in for the 2, and that's Zero going up by 6 here, 3 minutes into round 2.
Well, that was such nice discipline there by Sneaky Evil. Receiving that pass, he was just coming out of a stun, so had zero momentum. I guess, pun intended, but had no momentum. And didn't force anything. You can see he kind of double clutched it. He was looking at the shot, but then he realized, wait, I have no one around me. I can take a moment, I can breathe, I can look for the better pass. Then he did, and then Zenith with the perfect placement, and now Zero with another steal. So here they go on offense once more.
Yeah, quick back pass for the reset there to Voodoo on the back line. Voodoo going to send that one across to Rocks Titan. 6:30 on the clock, still up by 6. Is Zero going to cross it there to Sneaky Evil on the near side wall. Sneaky now going to slow this down, trying to pull that defense out. He's going to be patient with it, and defense not biting, so Sneaky refusing to move as they are in the lead. They can run that clock all they want. There's now just some movement on the back line back to Voodoo, and again, slowing it down, just forcing that defense to come out to them to open up that bubble. Good pass there to Zenith. But Zenith with that backwards momentum is going to end up out of the bubble on the back line, back up to Voodoo. Voodoo across there to Sneaky. Sneaky cuts in from the shield. He's going to plant that one for the 2. With 6 minutes on the clock, Zero is up by 8.
Boy, what a return in this second round. Showing no signs of wear, no signs of fatigue, no signs of mental disarray or anything of the sort. They are right in it. I mean, 4 points from Zenith, 1 from Sneaky, but just these steals and these intercepts they're getting, really, it's barely even gotten to this side of the floor for this entire first 4.5 minutes of round 2. So this is kind of a rarity just to see it here.
Absolutely, but back in possession here is Illuminati. Going to send it across to Aldowy. And Aldowy taking a shot, but Voodoo says no. Right back out into the hands of Speedy. Speedy, he's going to take a shot. That one's going wide. Now bouncing out into the hands of Rocksite. Rocksite going to get this one cleared out, at least to mid. It is through mid. It's caught in the trap and in the hands of Speedy. And Illuminati turning it around one more time here, maybe only for a moment. Some ping-ponging going on at the moment.
And Sneaky definitely being exactly that, his namesake. By that station block, was able to get the intercept, and now showing the control. There's just a two-man game trying to weave around the stack, but a little bit too clustered there, dogpiling on each other, which is going to be dangerous and now causes kind of 50-50 in terms of who gets this disc first. I mean, there's a few boosted players in the general area and to the general direction as trying to redirect the pass into the back line. But again, some clutter going up here and now controlled back momentarily at least to Alduin and Illuminati.
Alduin now going to walk this one through this near side tube. Sneaky Evil going to put the pressure. So Alduin going to just send that one in, and Zenith on the back line. Pump faking, trying to fake out that stack. That was we'll just call that an intentional self pass, but picked up by Burbs. Now he's going to send that one away for Illuminati. And now back into the Zero bubble. Sneaky trying to track this one down, does get the hand on it, and going to turn it around once again here for Zero.
All right, well, Sneaky now looking for a clear and actually a pass rather, gets to Voodoo. Voodoo having no options but to really throw it fast. But speaking of fast, there's the stacks again. Just bothering enough to get it to the midfield. Beautiful recognition, the communication no doubt going to QL, but then snagging it out. Zenith, another boost here, will be loose yet more with the stuns, the stacks, and so on. Now in the pocket, getting lost here off more piles.
Yeah, what an opportunity there for QL to send that one in, but that chain just shut it down. And that was a great stop, and now it's going to float around some more. Both teams trying to get this one through mid, and both teams kind of doing that thing, clearing it into each other's hands. Good pass up there to QL. QL going to send this one off the ceiling, but once again, right back into the other team's hands. Now it's going to be Zero. Voodoo sending that one up to Sneaky, far side wall. That chain for Illuminati doing a lot of heavy lifting here. You're going to get stunned out on the back line, though, up to Rocks. Rocks going to go up to Zenith. Zenith, though, looking at no open lane. That goal is covered as he's walking this one up, but he's going to take his time. They have a 3-on-1 here. If that chain doesn't get here in time, going to pass it up there to Rocks, and Rocks going to plant it for the 2. With 3 minutes left on the clock, Zero's up by 10.
Rocks the shot, and A lot of shocks going here in the chat, no doubt, in the venues there. I'm sure all that excitement there from round one, all that just good momentum that they were building for Illuminati. But Zero, they came to play in round two, and they are indeed zeroed in on all of these opportunities. Now, it has been a little bit of a chaotic situation here last couple of minutes, but on the whole, this has just been an excellent return and a true showing of what Zero is capable of.
Absolutely, another opportunity here. Rock's going to send him across, but Speedy is going to read that, cut that one off, and now a scrum for it here on the far side. Wall picked up by Sneaky. He's going to send, Voodoo. He's going to send that one across, picked up by Rock's Titan. Rock's going to send it back across into the hands of Voodoo. Voodoo going to look over his options, go up to the goes to the nest side of Sneaky. Sneaky trying to go back to Voodoo. Voodoo though going to shovel that right in the hands of Speedy, and Speedy going to clear it out there for Illuminati.
So immediate stacks here from Zero as well. As for Illuminati, might have themselves the opportunity. Finally there, it's QL Young sailing in for the 2-point score, and I'm sure they're glad to see that go through.
Yeah, that's Illuminati really needed that goal there. This one's well, it's not out of reach yet, but you can be sure it was feeling like it was running away from them, and they really needed to put something on there, something they can build off of, even if it's going to be built off of in round three. They needed that goal, and maybe we're going to see them turn it around here. As a good steal there, and Burbs going to send this one in deep. Oh, the bounce not going to go his way. But QL's going to, Speedy is going to pick that one up, slam it in for the 3, 10 meters out, and now it's a 5-point game with a minute to go.
Right place, right time, especially considering the time on the clock. 1 minute, as you mentioned, 10 seconds, and counting. This got very interesting in a very short amount of time. Not to say it wasn't before, but just in terms of interesting to that comeback ability here. There's another steal, so momentum shift, and the 3-point line is hit. It's a 2-point game with less than a minute remaining.
Burbs is taking flight right now, and he is popping off. We're going to have, 39 seconds here. 8-10, 2-point game. We're going to see that Illuminati stack coming in fast.
Man, we saw something very similar in that Locos and Hellbent game just at the very end with these late comebacks. Will it happen again here? Could be a lead, could be an OT, depending on what happens. There's the stack. So needs to get that back, slap it out, get it somewhere, but Zenith retaining, wisely resetting to a duo of midline players there in the back and just trying, but another steal. It's Burbs. If he makes this, it's all over. And on the stack, could it be? It's a 2, and it's a tie, and it's an OT.
Yeah, so that just happened, y'all. I have nothing to say after that. We're going to overtime in round 2. I'm speechless, man. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say.
12,
My
11, 10,
goodness.
9, 8,
Overtime
6,
for the second match in a row. What a better way, or what better way, I should say, to start off this Venues Day. The launch coming here now is going to be taken there, slapped out by Rocks, but actually stunned by QL Young. Always an excellent brawler. It's getting really caught up here in the midfield. Neither team wanting to concede anything, but Sneaky looking for the 3, and it's an OT victory and a round 3 on the way in just a moment. Big shot, Sneaky Evil.
Wow. I mean, that's how you're going to win an OT. You got to win that joust. And it looks like Illuminati went all in. That's what left that back line open. They decided they were going to go all in. They were going to win that joust. They were going to get it down there. They were going to control it in the offensive zone, and it just didn't go their way. Zero comes away with that one, winning that joust, getting an open goal there for Sneaky to send that one in. That was wrapped all pretty for them after winning that joust. Just what a victory there in the overtime, and what a game. I still can't believe Illuminati came back like that. I was saying, they scored that 2, and I'm like, that's what they needed. They can build off of that. I toyed with the idea of the comeback. I did not expect it, and wow, what a comeback it was. Now Zero does take that one in overtime off that 3 from Sneaky, but this is going to be a fantastic round 3.
Oh yeah, that one you can be very, very assured. Wherever you are, once again, whether you're on Twitch, whether you're on Facebook Live, Juke.gg, or especially Oculus Venues, I can only imagine the mood and the that excitement in the air towards the end of these rounds and seeing that these big plays go through, seeing these comeback opportunities, and definitely one of the best parts of a situation of an event like Oculus venues, that you can go in there, you can enjoy that in a crowd situation, you know, right there in a big arena, and just enjoy big matches, big time, every single week.
Every week is now Voodoo on the back line picking this one up for 0. And now starting here in round 3. Gonna clear this one out into the Illuminati zone. Picked up by Zenith, maybe taking the shot. Oh, that one's gonna go wide. Bounce high and out. Speedy trying to track it down. He can't, so it's gonna go to the back line there to Rocks. Rocks look for the reset. No option, gonna go back up to Zenith. Zenith, though, he's gonna send that one back. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, the read there by Burbs, but a good stun by Voodoo, turning it around now. Scrum here in the middle of the field, and Sneaky coming away with that one.
Yeah, full scrum battle royale, in fact, but going in there to crown the shot. It's Zenith assisted by Sneaky right there down mid, and 2 points going Zero's way. Dimwi, I don't know, just based off, I mean, 9 out of the 10 minutes of round 2, so in favor of Zero. But then that last minute and a half, Illuminati. So I don't really know who has the, I suppose, the mental and rhythm advantage going into this round.
Yeah, I think they're both feeling on right now. I think they're both feeling good. I think despite the fact that that Zero had, Illuminati had that comeback, I think Zero feels really good right now. That pass, though, just off the mark. Good steal there by Zenith. Opportunity, and he plants it. And wow, Zero is now up by 4 here, a minute and a half. And this is starting to feel, well, nope, not going there.
No, but I thought you were someone who didn't believe in the old caster's curse. That's just me. You know what? I'll agree. I'm not going to complain.
It's too early. I'm just saying it's too early. It's too early. Not yet.
Fair enough. QL Young here on the launch out. The offensive stack actually opting for Illuminati, going to be lost out, but still Speedy retaining and now giving them a chance to work it up the floor, but not with too much time nor space, as Zenith definitely finding his zen, definitely spinning like a propeller, maybe doing a mimic of his pal Sneaky over there, piloting through the arena. But Voodoo now with a pass over, another cross, and just beautiful passing results in a punch. The Steez and G's. Louise Rocks Titan gets it in a breeze. It's 6 points to 0.
Was that? I gotta watch this replay. Was that 1-on-3? Did he 1v3 that team? He walked in, he stuns one, has another one coming in, and gets stunned by that one, and gets it on the goalie. So 1-on-2, 1-on-3.
Oh.
Wow, that was Rocks, man. What are you doing, man? Come on,
Not only that,
cut it out. Cut it out, dude.
Not only that, but then Zenith working it up the floor, airplane style. I mean, like I said, you live by the Steez, you die by the Steez. But right now, they're living.
Living for sure, and turning it around once again. Zero forcing another turnover, sending this one in deep. But Burbs is going to get that back there first, playing it out, but right there in the hands of Voodoo. Voodoo going to send it down to the floor there. The Zenith taking the shot. He's going to play that one for 2. 3 minutes in, I'll say it now. It's feeling like round 2.
All right, well, if that's the case, we should be seeing a comeback here in the next few minutes, so we'll see. But yeah, definitely this team over here on Zero just showing no remorse, and they're really keeping their eyes there focused on the prize and focused defensively, just locking them down and continuing to kind of just hold this line. Here it goes again, just not able as that shot, just barely grazing off, maybe still in, but saved out by Speedy.
I can't. That was so close. That was so close twice, but still with it, with possession. Zero. Voodoo on the back line, forwarding that one up. This Rocks Titan. Rocks going to send this one up there to Zenith. Zenith cross pass there to Sneaky, and Sneaky's going to plant that. And apologies, Zenith. Zenith. I can't stop saying it. I can't stop saying it. Zenith. His name is Zenith, but oh man, that's they're up by 10, dude.
Just call him ZZ. He's the tops right now here for Zero. Doing a great job, but collectively, just sticking on this side of the floor again. Let's see on this rollout, will they be able to get it through for Illuminati? They are. So there's the launch, there's the joust rollout, but there's the punch, but fortunate roll right back to Speedy, and then down to the ramp. So here's Burbs now crossing it over.
An opportunity here. Speedy looking to send this one up to QL. Was that off Burb? Did he grab that, or was that off this? I don't know what happened, but it's Burb's goal. It's in for the 2. That's the first. Is it? See, the last time it happened, we were at like 1:47 when we saw the clock again after the goal. Now we're looking at 5.5 minutes. Is this? I don't know what to expect now.
Well, we'll see. Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is that the moment Zero still firmly with the momentum, you gotta believe, but that could change on a dime. At the moment, a nice dime assisted Sneaky Evil to Zenith. He gets another score here. They're up to 12 points.
Yeah, this is the zero. This is the zero I've been talking about. This is the one I've been waiting for. Clean passes is all they needed to do, and that's what they're doing. And they're getting one after another after another. This is the zero I've been warning people about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, with a 4:40 left, gonna see how this one turns about. Illuminati needing to find some of those goals again, try and offer that rebuttal if they can.
Now picked up by Speedy, quickly stunned out by Sneaky. Sneaky gonna send that over to Voodoo. Fun fact, I used to think Sneaky and Speedy were the same person. As now Rock's gonna send this one up to Zenith, but that one's gonna get misplayed. QL with that one sending it up to Burbs. Burbs gonna try to get that one sent out, but stuck at mid.
Now taking the disc back here will be reset out to Sneaky Evil. 4 minutes remaining. Deep down the mid lane now off that bounce and into QL Young's hands, where Aldui now will collect that at the nest, try and distribute it over to Speedy. Speedy right through again, but now nobody home, hoping for the stacks for Illuminati, but even faster on the approach is Zero.
So turning it around one more time, Zenith's gonna send this bounce shot. Oh, what? What a shot! What a shot! You can't say anything about it. Everybody saw it. I don't need to describe it. I mean, that was 34 meters out. I can tell you that, but you can read it. They're up by 13. Zero's running away, man. They're sprinting. They're sprinting for that finish line.
Absolutely. So with 3:20 left, I mean, it's not out of hand, but it's getting there. I mean, it's still possible. We definitely thought, I mean, with about 2 minutes left in that second round, we thought it was definitely in the books. And then sure enough, a very, very quick comeback to force an OT, just coming down from, Illuminati. But that said, raining down Supreme, Sneaky Evil, a beamer of a shot, 18-2. And now that's looking even less ideal for Illuminati.
Yeah. That's steal at mid. Sorry, excuse me. That was goofy. That's steal at mid. They can't. So Illuminati has to keep this out of the hands of Zero. They have to. These passes have to be on point. You can't have that happen. Burb's coming away with it though. Gonna send this one in. That one's high, and that just kind of scooped in there. And Sneaky Evil gonna send this one away. 2.5 minutes on the clock. This one's gonna get sent down into the Illuminati bubble into the hands of Rocks. Rocks. Ooh, second opportunity. Gonna plant that one for the 2, and it's an 18-point game.
All right. Well, after all of that, now definitely running away here with the lead and with a victory, it would seem is Zero. Now for Illuminati, the thing is too, they're going to need to really try and recollect the thoughts here and get prepared, because we do have the next round. There will be a short intermission, of course, but Illuminati has to go and do it again against another very tough team right there in the Master Division in Instinct.
And that's going to be a fantastic game as well, a grudge match, if you will. But Zenith sending that one out. Zenith sending that one out. It's going to happen forever. And slap now into the Illuminati zone, but right there into the hands of QL. QL going to send it through that tube, but right in there in the hands of Voodoo. Voodoo taking the shot. That one's low. Rocks is there. No, excuse me. Sneaky is there, and he's going to plant that one in for the Mercy in round 3. Zero's going to take this one 22-2.
And that indeed will conclude that round, that game, that match. Some exciting moments, some exciting rounds. And as I said, just to begin, it was, a case of live or die by the seas at times. Definitely, every time you see, or we see Zero play, there is a moment you can see. Once they start feeling good, they'll start throwing in a little bit more flash, some more spins, some more bold moves, in the rhythm. And as I said, double-edged sword, that time, it was just the full brunt being taken there by Illuminati. And yeah, coming in swinging hot was Zero. They never stopped. And as a result, well, those results. But it was still a super entertaining match. And we're going to go to the score screen momentarily here. And we'll actually get a read on the score screen momentarily. SirDimwi, I'll hand that off to you. But we're not going to lull too long, as we do want to follow to the next match fairly shortly. Of course, giving these teams, giving Illuminati a few minutes here to, break and collect.
Yeah, I mean, Zenith coming away 17 points in that matchup. Zenith absolutely firing off, also picking up game high assists with 5, and also game high steals with 4. Like Zenith just he's not his basket. He has no eggs in the basket, and it is filled with riches. That one across the board. Zenith he's the MVP of the game here. Absolutely. Sneaky Evil though, 12 points as well. Only other player in the game with double digits, also picking up 4 assists. So you know those two were feeding off each other up on the front line. Rocks picking up, throwing a whole bunch of eggs out of the basket. Voodoo, and still, I mean, even over on Illuminati, I shouldn't say even like that. Over on Illuminati, I mean, there's only, again, no eggs in those baskets. Everybody contributing all over the place. It was well fought. I mean, those first 2 rounds were absolutely phenomenal. We went to overtime in round 2 after a ridiculous comeback, and then yeah, just Zero ran away with it in round 3. And yeah, now Illuminati is looking to make up for that against Instinct here coming up.
All right. So with that said, we're going to redirect to a brief intermission and get these teams set up and ready to go. We'll still have that match coming up next, Illuminati versus Instinct. So do stay tuned. North American Championships of VRML Echo Arena, featuring the high chemistry Kangarillas versus the controlled chaos that is Team Joker in a masterclass clash of titans. Opening up this best of 5, it's the best of dives from Jaywalker, the midfield menace, and then Kong stacked with Skinny for the undercut and cleanup. Other side, it's Strem with a stack, Jack, and Hammer right back, laying the foundation. But steal or no steal, that's the name of the game here as both teams jostle for position. Eventually, Kong recovers and sends a zipper of a shot and hits it through the wickets of the thickets of Kango defenders. Final minute, Joker up by a few and ending the round the same way they began. Jaywalker the midfield steal, then Kong stacked with Skinny, who stepped up big as a start time substitute for Ryan 8, being assisted on a dunking pirouette as the sun sets on round 1. Round 2, it's Kong on an island with the SOS, save on shot. Then SOS, stun on Strem, following that amazing catch, then using him as an anchor to dive in for the score. Round 2 becomes a series of 2-point trades, but for a team like the Kangarillas, it's less of a trade and more like a bargain, always at home in the 2-point zone. Every Kang player gets at least 1 goal and 1 assist in this round, and with 30 seconds left in a tie, it's Strembitsky uncontested down the floor thanks to stuns from Leverage and Mad, enabling the shot fake, the make as Kang takes round 2 by 2. In round 3, no shocker, it's Jaywalker, again in the midfield with a Joker card up his sleeve with the no hesitation slap shot. But then Strembitsky slaps back with a laser guide and laser focus, shooting through the always tense defense from Dash. If that wasn't crazy enough, now it turns into madness. It's a show-stopping, shot-stopping clinic from Mad. There's strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, all struck out by Mad in a 1-minute span. I've got no explanation, only exclamation, and sealable bag. A fan of Mad, no doubt, fans the flames some more with a 2-point score. But never one to be left out, Strembitsky picks the pocket and then converts some loose change, another tunnel shot, and Strem was hot in this series. With Joker down by 3 and only seconds remaining, a crucial leech and stun from Mad puts a halt to any attempt. Let it be known the orange zone is now the realm of the Mad God. With Kangarillas up 2-1 on the series and pressing into a pivotal 4th round, Strembitsky continues his tunnel vision with a tunnel shots. Then Sealable Bag comes in with the stealable grab to clean up the next. Then welcome back to Mad TV, it's Mad showing the in-goal improv with a double dose of dense defense. And then Leverage comes in here on the 3rd. But breaking through the firewall, guess who? It's Ryan 8, returning onto the Team Joker roster for this round with the Anchor 3. 2/3 through the round, and Kangorilla's up by 4. Loveridge goes for the pick and the punch, but Jaywalker shields it. Disc bounces off his head fast, followed by the steadfast shot to cut Kangorilla's lead to 1. Then in the final minute of the round, it's Dash excelling for the big steal and assist to Ryan. Mad stunned out by Kong, and this ends up deadlocking the series at 2 apiece. So it all comes down to a decisive 5th round, and in the search for the ring, it's the return of the Kang. A deep cut from Loveridge to draw first blood. But then it's the return of the Kong. King Kong going primal on offense with goal after goal, giving Kangorillas no breaks, then putting on his brakes on this play. It's Joker's wild, and Ryan loves it. Love hits you when you least expect it though, but then there's Kong with a behind the back no-look fling to Ryan, and Dash securing the goal. Team Joker up by 6 nearing the final minute, but then Sealable back forcing a critical turnover, maybe a glimmer of hope. It's Loveridge, an original Kangorillas member from 2017 with the 2020 vision on the assist. It's a 4-point game, but time is dwindling. It's Team Joker, after their 2-year rise to prominence, with the Royal Flush. Once the Jokers, and now the Kings, and your Echo Arena champions of North America here in Season 1 of VRML.
Hello and welcome, and we're back with this matchup. We are in round 1 of the Illuminati versus Instinct. 4 points already to Instinct, 8 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, Instinct already popping off on the scoreboard here. It's going to be Illuminati coming out of the tube here on the Joust. QL Young going to send that one to the far side tube. Nobody there to receive it, so it's going to find its way all the way down into the Instinct bubble. The Chan is there, though, and Burbs is going to pop that one up for 2. That's going to be Illuminati's first goal on round 1 here. Still down by 2, but over 8 minutes to go.
Quick possession time, 10 seconds to that gold time, so Joust advantage to Instinct. This is the first round. We are in it, and they are in it to win it.
So now Instinct with that Joust advantage. Cruising going to send that one across there to Connemara. Connemara sending it to the near side wall to Ender. Ender now sending it up. Some good passing here from Instinct, keeping this one out of reach of the Illuminati chain. There's that one's going to bounce back in the hands of Cruising. And slowing it down, the chain did get split up there at mid, so now up to Ender. Ender going to go send that one across there to Connemara. Connemara, they're going to back that one up quickly. And still in possession of it is Instinct. This control is absolutely masterful, just keeping it out of reach from Illuminati.
Instinct, an especially strong team. They have some of the greatest cuts in the league. They run the bubble play so well, and this Joust will come down, this boost, and they'll stop it off the backboard. Excellent save coming in at the last second. They'll send it towards tube, and it's a scramble for possession.
Yeah, that was Kavici making that stop, and now it's all the way down. It's going to be a couple blue players there first in the hands of Kavici, but now scuffed down to the floor. QL trying to track it down. He can't. Connemara with the slap, though. That one's not going to make its way in, bouncing out of the bubble near side wall. Connemara now picking this one back up and send it to the back line here for the reset.
And they'll take their time. This is how strong they are on the offense. They can slow it down, create opportunities, and right there they're pulling that stack out of position, but that interception by Alderine reading that pass, and he'll send it down towards mid.
Yeah, it was a great read there by Alderine. And now, Illuminati with an opportunity here, still down by 2, 6.5 on the clock. Alderine walking this one in, sending it there to QL, but a great read by, I believe that was Ender. And that one gets sent out all the way back into the Illuminati zone here, tracked down by QL, and now turning it around is Illuminati for maybe another opportunity.
Burbs with the clear through mid, bouncing off the lower ramp, but cruising there. The backline player, the goalie, to stop it, sending it off the upper geo, being taken and through the shield, above the shield. QL Young sinking it at 36 meters, an excellent shot. That's a 1-point lead to Illuminati.
Yeah, that was just great there. It was a great read there. QL waiting on the back line. That clear out was right into his hands, and he did not hesitate, sends that one in for the 3. That's going to put Illuminati up by 1 here. Still over 5.5 to go. Still out of the team's game, but yeah, what a couple goals there from Illuminati.
Absolutely, and picking it up in the backfield, backcourt of Instinct is Illuminati. Speedy sending it back, but it's going to be intercepted by Konamar. Konamar ducking that punch coming through, sending it off the upper geo, but it's not on target, bouncing out of bubble, and the stun will come through, and it's a loose disc along the floor.
And Connemara actually went for that cloud shot, but another shot there. Connemara for the 3. 7-meter 3 there, 18 meters a second. That's going to put Instinct up by 2, back up by 2, halfway through round 1 here.
This is back and forth. This is only the first round. So it's joust advantage to Illuminati. Down by 2. 5 minutes on the clock.
Handled by QL on the back line here. Taking his time. Ender's going to get stunned out. Pressuring up. Forwarded gingerly there to Speedy. He's under pressure by Kavichi. But making enough room to get that pass across there to QL. Though QL immediately assaulted by that chain. Excuse me, but Burbs with that recovery, going to send it back across the near side wall to QL. QL does recover it, sending it back into the 2, but Ender with another good read, and he sends that one out.
Ender reading everything, making the stops, making the interceptions, cutting off these pass opportunities, and not able to get the disc, but the second player will come through, and the slap will come through. Kavichi maybe stopping that 3 attempt, but laying it right up behind the goal for 2.
You see what Kavichi did there? He stuns the goalie out, and then when that shot comes in and doesn't make it into the goal, he uses the goalie as his anchor to reach out for that and send it back in. That was a dirty little play there from by Kavichi to earn that 4-point lead here with 4 minutes left.
The joust advantage will come through in the pass, through tube, in the pass, up tube, and down to floor. So Alduin with possession, with that defender oncoming. So Speedy with it, getting stunned out, and it's now a change along the wall. Konamara looking for an opportunity and sending it through tube, and is it on target? It will bounce off the edge of shield, back into the hands of Illuminati.
Now cleared near side wall. Kavichi trying to wrangle that one in. He can't. QL coming over with it. Going to send that one through the near side tube, right side tube. Now bouncing near trench. Going to still loose. Hunted down by Burbs. Burbs has a cross pass there to Speedy. Takes it. Speedy now trying to juke away from Kavichi. Does. Taking the shot. And he's going to plant that one in for another 2. And that's going to bring that lead down to 2 here. Still a 2-point lead to Instinct, 9-7. With 3 minutes to go, still out of the team's game.
Burbs with the assist to Speedy, but QL Young running interference on that goalie, getting the stun, enabling his team to find that 2 points. Joust advantage to Instinct. Instinct to QB, cruising with possession, sending it to floor, and that stack is on them and trying to get possession in this back court.
Some more good disc movement here from Instinct, just using all their passes back and front, side to side, and look at how it gets them through mid, despite that that aggressive chain there from Illuminati. And now a good slap up there. Look at that pass up to Connemara. Connemara going for the cut pass to Kavichi, and Kavici's going to plant it for the 2. And Instinct is up by 4.
Exactly like I said earlier, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but look at that cut pass by Kavichi. They run it in the bubble. They're one of the best, and they show it.
Now will be, once again, Illuminati with that joust advantage, sending that one down to Speedy. Speedy can't get the grab on it, so Connemara trying to track that one down. The quick turnover, Connemara going to back it up to cruising on the back line. Cruising now, turning it around for Instinct, moving slowly through mid. Have some room to walk, so he's going to walk. Now sending it across there to Kavichi. Kavichi going up to the ceiling there to Ender. Excuse me, Connemara. Connemara go down to Ender, and Ender is going to plant that one in for another 2, and it's a 6-point game.
Alduin not able to make that save, but pushing off the player is able to reject him out. So it's a very difficult stop to make at that close proximity. Alduin trying with both hands, not able to get the grab, but a great attempt from Alduin. Down by 6, just advantage to Illuminati. They'll roll out from the gates. They'll settle on the wall, and they'll forfeit possession to Kavichi. So they're looking to start it, but they'll get stunned out, and the shot will come through. But that backline player will stop that opportunity and try and find that clear through mid as it bounces back.
And now Alduin getting stunned out. That one's going to turn around, but just disrupted as QL is going to come away with that one. QL is going to send it back over to Speedy. Speedy going up there to Burbs. Burbs pulls the defender and the goalie out. And with the swing move, is going to be able to pop that into an empty goal. And we're back to a 4-point spread. But less than a minute to go. We're gonna have 41 seconds. It's a minimum of 2 goals here for Illuminati. They have to score very quickly and very aggressively here if they want to come back.
A great move by Suburban Legend, but with that, it's just advantage to Instinct. And I don't know with that swim move, but looks like Illuminati is treading water just a little bit in this first round.
So now Kavichi with this one, 28 seconds, going to cross that one over to Cruisin'. Cruisin', they're up by 4. All they need to do is run the clock. One more goal, though. Should ice it. Will ice it. 20 seconds. I believe we are now out of time. Yes, it will be round 1, 2 Instinct over Illuminati. And now just waiting for that that ultimate score here. As that Hanamera going to forward this one up there to Kavichi. Kavichi going to cross it to teammate Cruisin'. Cruisin' trying to forward it up to Ender, but out of reach. And that one's going to get sent out. And that will be round 1, 13-9 to Instinct.
And as the players exchange good rounds, it definitely was a good round, especially for us as viewers and us as casters. So, SirDimwi, I know you made some predictions.
Those weren't public, although they're being made public. I think no, there was no prediction for this one. That was more of a request, and I really don't want to, because this one was more of a because this is kind of a grudge match is how I was looking at this one, and would have been selling it had we had that the minute or two before the game started to talk it up, because this is as a lot of folks might know, although a lot of folks won't know, is Ender played for Illuminati for both preseason and season 1, and at the end of season 1 made his way off that team and ultimately over here to Instinct. And it really, I mean, what he brings to the Instinct front line there, him and Katamera are just monsters on that front line there. And not sure. Anyways, yeah. So it's kind of a grudge match, you could say. And although Illuminati playing with the sub, although the player that Alduin's playing for, Wit, is also new to the team this season. So still it is Ender playing with all of his old teammates in this game, and yeah, that's what that was about, but not so much a prediction, and we don't have to go into the details of it here.
But definitely a good backstory, and with this neutral joust coming through, we'll sail past those backline players, but the ultimate backline player, the goalie, will slap it out, but it's back into the bubble, and look at all that interference in the center of the bubble, and it will be sent out and towards mid.
So now handled by Speedy, turning it back around here for Illuminati, as that one almost got sent out. Now Speedy walking this one in, go for that cross pass there, does hit Burbs. Burbs now trying to draw that defense out, going to QL, maybe taking a shot, no, back to Burbs, and Burbs gonna plant it in. That's our first goal of round 2. 33 seconds in, 2 points to Illuminati.
Slamming it in the goal. If anything, that was a tomahawk slam. I'll try and find the equivalent for Echo Arena, but just advantage to Instinct, down by 2, looking to respond in this second round.
So now we'll be Instinct once again with that joust advantage. Cruisin' sending this one across to Kavichi, but he's going to get stunned out there by Burbs. So Burbs trying to punish on this one for Illuminati, sending that one over to Speedy, but just out of reach. And now QL trying to track that one down. A couple players there, a little bit of a clump on that far side. A whole bunch of players tracking this one down, but into the hands now of Ender, who's going to get that one sent forward. Does have a player deep. Is it going to be in his hands? No, that bounce in the sky trench there. QL's going to come in with that one, but Audi turn it around.
And it will go towards that backline player, picked up by Cruisin', the goalie of Instinct. An incredibly capable goalie in his own right. So sending it cross to Ender. Ender under pressure, sending it back to Tube, and not able to pick it up off that top of the wall, will sail to that back line, and this advantage comes through, and the shot will be on target. So Speedy V sinking it at 16 meters.
Yeah, what a play there. Speedy coming in, getting the stun out, gets that disc, and without hesitation, sending that one in 16 meters out at an exceptionally steep angle. Planting that one in for the 3. That's a 5-point lead here for Illuminati. 2 minutes into round 2. Let's see if they can press this advantage. Maybe force that round 3 here.
And it will sail through mid to ceiling. Konamara sending it down. It won't be on target. It will bounce off the Geo, but Alduin not able to secure it on the first time, able to get it as he pushed away from the wall, and he'll get the clear towards the bubble. Will sail past that backline player, and this stack will come through again and find it at 4 meters, so 7-0 in this second round. Illuminati is looking strong, and Alduin, who you said is a sub, is coming through in clutch.
Yeah, he absolutely is. This is definitely a different game here between these two teams. 7-0. Illuminati is up now. Just over 7 minutes to go. Still a lot of time here for Instinct to come back. So looking to do that here. Cruising sending this one over to Ender. And Ender gonna hesitate, excuse me, as I hesitate, and trying to send that one through mid, but takes a bounce there into the hands, though. Recovers that, so just a 4-dimensional self pass as he sends that one across to Connemara. Connemara has an open lane at the goalie. Instead, going to pass that one across to Ender. Ender taking the shot, and he plants that one in for the 3 on the goalie, 8 meters out, 19 meters a second. That is a fabled 19 right there, live in your face. And that's a 4-point game to Illuminati.
And you're able to make these shots with very little wind-up, extremely difficult to predict, and he'll find that 3 through the hands of Alduin. Joust advantage to Illuminati, sending it left to Speedy V, and that pass won't be to its target, will be intercepted, and the clear will come out through mid.
Cleared all the way down into the hands of Ender. Ender going to be able to plant that one in, and he does. And that was just a 2-point game, and that quickly. Instinct looking to catch up here in round 2. Only down by 2 here. Still 6 minutes on the clock. We'll see if we'll see what happens. This is still a close game.
It definitely is. 2 points. Anything can happen. So Joust advantage back to Illuminati, sending it through mid, and it will be intercepted. Not really an advisable pass. It's a very difficult lane to find. So they'll get it right back, and another stun will come through and deny that opportunity for Illuminati, and the clear will come through too.
So Kavici sending this one in. Maybe a bounce there. Ooh, almost. But Ender coming away with it. Oh, the stop there by Speedy. He sends that one out, but Cruising going to be able to track this one down. Now an opportunity here, but right there into the hands of QL. And QL going to send this one back to the tubes. Cleared out into the Instinct zone. And both teams trying to get there. Looks like Burb's there first. Open lane. Going to take the shot forwards. This one up. Is it going to be on? No. But in the hands of Speedy, he takes a shot. And by the goalie, it's going to get in. And Illuminati's back up by 5.
What an excellent turnaround in the second round. Kind of redundant, but nonetheless, it is on point. So Joust advantage to Instinct, cruising to QB, getting it off Nest, sending it up to Ender, and a quick pass will not find its target down at floor. It will go into the backline player Alduin's hands, and they'll send it up towards that forward striker, but he doesn't have the angle with that quick turnaround. And it's now no one's disc into the hands of Burbs, and that cross cut, but that save, but the interception from Speedy V, so not able to get it past that shield. It will be taken by Speedy V, and he'll dish it right back into that goal.
Yeah, that was a great stop there by Cruisin', but unfortunately the clear right into Speedy's hands, and Speedy's going to pop that one in. Now it's a 7-point lead once again to Illuminati. We'll see if Instinct is able to come back again. They almost made that comeback, and now back down by 7. But that chain by Illuminati is going to recover that one, and now turning it around is Illuminati. Alduin through mid, under pressure, going to send this one up, looking for that bounce pass to QL, but finds its way to Cruisin'.
And looking for that pass and finding it to Konamara. Konamara going off the ceiling, and it's on target, but it will bounce out of the goal. And another shot will come through, it won't be there, and it will bounce again out of the bubble. So 2 opportunities for Instinct lost, and the stack looking to pursue it. They'll get it right back. They don't want to give up just like that. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Approaching the bubble is Ender. Ender opting to send it back, and will miss the backline player. And it's another scramble for possession.
So now more scrums for it, but Connemara with that one. Looking at a 3-on-1. Juking one player and then going off the head of another. I'm not sure what exactly happened there, but Ender has it for a moment, but then that is, excuse me, Burbs, I believe, sending that one out and now through mid, finding his way to the near side trap, blue side trap. Ender, though, gets a grab on it, gets stunned out, and now sent back up by Speedy, but right there into the hands of Cruisin', who's going to send that one back through. Maybe a shot here. No, Kavichi going to send it forward. Looking for Connemara, does find him. Connemara going to send this one back to Kavichi. Kavichi, oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. Oh, what a pass there. Kavichi to Enders. Ender was cutting in from behind the goal. He's going to plant that one in for the 2, and that's what Instinct needed there. Now back to a 5-point game, but now we're down to 2.5 minutes remaining in round 2.
5-point lead, that's 2 possessions, that's 1-3, and another 2 to tie it up. So QL Young QQB with a slow rollout off Nest, sending it down to floor under pressure, but able to avoid that defense and sending it right back. It will bounce off the Geo, be picked up by Speedy V, fed right back up, but it's not on target, will bounce off the Geo towards floor, be picked up by Instinct as they try to slap it out with their backcourt.
So now still in control of it is Illuminati. This one's getting sent over to Burbs here. Burbs now slowing it down on the back line, trying to draw Ender out. He does, so he's going to send it right back there to Speedy. Speedy now slowing it down, draws Kavichi out. Going to cross pass there to Alduin. Alduin behind the goal to QL, but Cruisin' with another fantastic stop. Going to send it out of the bubble. Still a 5-point game here. Connemara trying to hunt this one down. Does. Going to clear it out, and now the Chains are going to hunt this one down.
And that clear will come through towards that bubble. It might bounce up into the goal. It doesn't. It will sail right past it. So Cruisin' with it, looking to make that attempt and finding it, twirling around that crossbar, finding that slam dunk.
So we have a minute 15 on the clock. It's a 3-point game. And Ender and Connemara KS are both on Instinct. So you do the math. As we launch out here, just over a minute to go, QL going to send that one across to Speedy. Speedy right there in the hands of Connemara. But Speedy is going to recover it, and now moving through. Does have Burbs moving up. Ender with a disruption, but still in control is Illuminati, sending that one across, looking for Speedy, but just out of reach. Speedy trying to track this one back down. And now handled by Connemara. 56 seconds on the clock. Instinct going to turn this one around. Does have the chain moving down. The clear out. Going to be picked up there by Cruisin'. Cruisin' taking the shot. That one's going to go off the shield and back out to mid.
And it will be picked up by Connemara. They still have a chance. 45 seconds on the clock. Anything can happen. Kavichi with possession, sending it up to ceiling. To back, and then another pass up to ceiling, and the shot will come through from Ender at 8 meters, so that's 3 points. That's a tie game. There's only enough time for one last possession.
11, 10, 9.
Yeah, what a shot there by Ender. I mean, you saw Cruisin' eyeing up that shot and sends it to Ender. As Ender he's the hot hands, man. He's the hot shot. He gets that one in. 15 seconds. Going to be handled here by Illuminati. QL going to send it to the near side tube. Does hit his teammate there. A couple stuns going off and now finding its way into that bubble. Picked up now by Burbs. Burbs looking to make something happen. Sending this one across, but out of reach. We're going to go to overtime.
How many overtimes has it been today? This has been an exciting day, and just wow, we said excited earlier, and it just lived up to it.
12, 11.
The team setting up for the launch here. This is wow. So if Instinct wins this overtime, that's game over. If Illuminati wins, we're going to round 3 as teams are lined up here. Countdown, counting down is out. Teams are away. Going to be won by Illuminati. Burbs now slowing this one down for Illuminati. Minute 50 on the clock. So moving this one in. Connemara putting some pressure on. Cross pass to Speedy. Speedy trying to go back. Connemara though disrupts it. But right there, Burbs picking it up. Burbs going over to the QL taking the shot. Oh, he's going to ding off and bounce out the bubble.
And it will go into the hands of Alduin, who will get it, and it'll get it up to Speedy V, but the stop from Cruisin'. Excellent prediction off that backboard shot at such a close range. It's still anyone's possession, trying to get it at ceiling. It will be Ender. Ender looking for that clear, getting it through mid, and the stacks will come through, looking for that possession down court, and they'll get it. But he's not able to get that back pass, able to get the stun to allow that back pass, and they'll send it right up, looking to start their offense.
So Illuminati in possession, minute 9, into the hands there of Cruisin' on the back line. He's going to send this one back up into the hands of Connemara. Connemara sending this one blindly across there to Cruisin'. Cruisin' looking to collect on this one in the bubble, turning it around, plants it in off the head of Burbs, and Instinct have won this in 2.
And that's it. I am At a loss for words, I'm going to hand it to you, SirDimwi, and I'm going to take a deep breath.
Yeah, convincing victory there for Instinct. I mean, just a well-earned victory there for Instinct, especially pulling that comeback. As they went down by 7, they came back up to 5. They went down by 7 again, and they came back again and tied it up 12-12, forced to overtime. And yeah, they get that victory in 2. That is absolutely phenomenal here for Instinct. Game high points going tie, actually. Ender with 12 and Speedy with 12, both old teammates. So interesting that they're sharing that stat line there. You also got Kavichi with 6, Cruising with 4, Connemara with 3, and then that is QL Young with 3, Burbs with 6, and Alduin picking up a save in that one there. But yeah, well fought game by Instinct, and we do get to see Instinct one more time here in our final matchup in this this venue's cast. It's going to be Kangarillas versus Instinct in this. There's a reason this is our marquee game. There's a reason this one is being saved for last. Because yeah, if you liked what you saw in any of these games leading up to our final one here, boy oh boy, are you in for a ride? Because this is going to be an absolutely phenomenal game. And speaking of, if you like what you're seeing, the cool thing about venues, the cool thing about quests is that right now in venues, if you are enjoying this and you're curious what all the fuss is about, you can pop up in your quest store right now. Search up Echo VR. It's currently in beta on the Quest. It is free, and it will remain free once it releases. And you can go get that downloaded right now while you're watching this. Queue that one up, and once we're done here, hop in. As I said before, I'll say it again. That first day in Echo VR, it's not an experience; it is a discovery. You will walk headfirst into the future once you pop your head into Echo VR. It is really the next level of in my mind. I mean, next level sports, next level VR. It's a fantastic experience, and I mean, there's a reason you have teams like this that are so committed. Because like I said, you make a discovery, and it'll I think it'll change your life. Maybe, I don't know. I can't make that promise, but awesome nonetheless. But yeah, what a game here.
Definitely, and thank you to the players, thank you to the viewers for all making it possible. Also, thanks to the sponsors, Pro2 VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware. And a shout out to all of those watching on Facebook Live, Twitch, Juke GG, and Oculus venues.
Everybody, hello. Welcome back. This is our final match. And boy, am I excited to do this. So far today, we've had overtime after overtime after overtime in each of our matches. I don't know what to expect for this one, except hopefully more of the same. Some incredible gameplay, huge highlights, round threes. All of it couldn't have been any better. Now, yeah, some delays, some unexpected subs here and there, but I mean, didn't it work out? At least from the Twitch and the venues and the Facebook Live and Juked. I mean, all the live streams. I've been watching the chat. That last one, hanging back as a fan in the chat, and everyone loving what they're seeing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Certainly Sputnik and Swift and SirDimwi, as well as so much for Celti on the cams. Everyone having a lot of fun. That said, on this cast, well, I'm Palidore coming back at you with SirDimwi still by my side here. And Dimwi, what you got for me?
Well, this is a game I've been looking forward to since I found out Ender was going to be on Instinct. In all honesty, I mean, this is a true test for Instinct. This is going to be the first time playing Kang with this roster. And if you look at their season so far, so on the regular season, the Instinct is currently undefeated, especially after that win over Illuminati. Still undefeated, 5-0. They worked their way up the ladder very quickly with this new roster and are now facing number 2 in North America, Kangarillas. And I am expecting a phenomenal game here between both these teams. I can't make a prediction. You know, it's easy to pick the favorites, you know, but Instinct is really going to bring it to Kang here.
Sorry, I was a little distracted because I should be used to this by now, but we've got some interesting Kangos stuff going on in open comms, and they are playing some sort of game there. That wasn't Echo Arena. Wasn't Trennis either. Don't mistake me. But in any case, the teams have been informed they're ready to go, or we're ready to go. So they should be ready here soon. This is indeed our main event. This is our final match of this venues event that we've been so excited to do, and it's all been worth the wait. And yeah, coming off just what was a hot victory, an amazing series there against Illuminati for Instinct. But yeah, they really can't take too much time to cool off. They're coming up right on it again and need to prove themselves twice on this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and yeah, this is a sorry, I was listening to the comms.
I'm ordering you to turn those off, did we?
Sorry.
It'll be much too distracting otherwise.
Well, we're
knowing the
starting now.
rosters.
They get very disciplined once the game starts.
True.
And so it should be fine. But yeah, definitely some funny stuff being said. But we are getting ready to start here between Kangarillas and Instinct. Kangarillas an orange match from Mitsuki, Sioba, Love, and Loveridge. Instinct, Cruz and Kavichi under Connemara. That one's going to get sent up there quickly to Connemara. Looking to make something happen. No, he's going to back this one out. Smart decision.
Yep, that it is. And over here will be Cruising, sending it off to the side. There's Connemara Chaos finding his teammate, just slicing down the lane and got a 3 somehow. Only Ender will do things like that with consistency right on goalies.
Ender coming out here against this Kangarillas team and immediately making his mark, making his presence known. 16 seconds in, 19 meters a second that shot was. A fabled 19, he pops in there and an opportunity here. Maybe, no, Mad's gonna get that slap to the far side wall.
Had to hold your breath for a second there. No, couldn't, not sure what went on there, but Ender already hot off that first score will distribute down to Connemara. The defense here trying to take place for the Kangarillas, and all the meanwhile, just the patient game taking place here for Instinct.
I really got to point that out because I mean we're talking Connemara and Ender though with an opportunity, sending it back to Vici. Vici's going to plant that one in for the 2, but I was just going to comment on, when you're Connemara Chaos and you're up in the bubble with Ender, I cannot imagine how hard you're going to want to try to force a goal, but instead they keep making those wise decisions and backing them out of the bubble for the reset to give them a proper opportunity to attack the bubble, and now they're up by 8-5. Currently, Instinct is.
All right, so see how Kangarillas responded. Obviously, here for Instinct, they are well warmed up after that exciting match that they just finished versus Illuminati. At the moment here, they're trying to back it up themselves. Sealable bag, so didn't like what he saw, backed it out. And that's what you need to do. That's what these experienced teams at the very top do. They go for the highest percentage plays when they can, especially a team like Kango's, getting stuff there. It's Cruisin' putting the save on, and they're back on target, though, with a recollection, a pass. There's Strem, there's a cutter, up and under, but no cutoff again by Cruisin'.
Yeah, you cannot slash on Cruisin' on those shots. He's got to stop him, and twice now he made stops there. He's going to send that one out. That's find its way through the tube and all the way down into the Kang bubble. Actually, that is who's up there first. That is Cruisin' recovering that one, his own clear, and looking to send it in. Oh, the stop by Mad, and that was going to get sent away.
Oh, the defense being shown here. I know over there in the venues and in the chats across the streams today, people are thinking, what is this insanity? Especially if you're a newer Echo player, you'll probably look at that and think, how? Because these players have been at it for years, and they make the difficult look so easy with consistency.
And I like Thunder Ragnarok's take on it. He actually has nine controllers just flying around in a circle around him. As Kang now in control, 7 minutes on the clock, still down by 5. Matt sending that one across the Strem. Strem under pressure there by Ender. Gonna take that shot and he plants it in. Cruisin' getting a hand on it, or maybe a headbutt. But he does find his way in. That's gonna be a 2-point goal there. Although, I'm watching this replay. Was he in the 3-point area? I think he was. No, he just came through the bubble, so it was proper 2.
All right, so there we go then. The first points going the way now, finally, of Kangarillas. Took a little while to break through, but we know the offense for this Kango's team is just famed for being very controlled and very patient. Again, those extra passes, but we're seeing a lot of that too from Instinct as they do make their way, end to end. They're definitely looking for some resets here and there. A couple bold shots for Ender, granted, from Ender, but nonetheless, approaching his Ender with a pass just missing.
And they're pulling out a duck there to get around one of those defenders, but that loose disc does find the hands of Sealable Bag. He's trying to send that one out. Still 6 minutes on the clock, 3-point game. Going to be handled by Mad. Mad sending this one up through the tube there to his teammate Sealable Bag. Sealable sending this one across to nobody. Oh no, it does find the hands. Sorry, Leverage did get the reach on that. Gets a grab. Trying to send it up to Strem, but Kavichi, a good read there. And now Cruisin' coming away with that one, trying to send it out, but still stuck in the zone. Cruisin' recovering that. And still trying to get it out. Still stuck in though. Kangarilla's turning it around.
Yeah, a bit of a hurried pass will be backed out again. So once more a tap, but just positioning, buying some extra opportunities there. There you go. I like just the amount of decision making that has happened second to second from these teams, because look at how much pressure they're being put on with that Instinct defense. Every time they're working it in, there's someone there to try and cover it. They're trying to look for those cross passes like that one there, but just past the hands, into the hands though of Ender. Does not surrender inside the goal.
Yeah, we've seen Ender make a whole bunch of plays around goal and in the bubble. Look at that stun. Comes away with that one, gets a slap out, and that one's through. And now all the way down into the Kangarillas zone. It's going to be a race for it here. Kangarillas is getting there first. That's Trubisky sending it across there to Leverage. Leverage under pressure with space. Going to forward this one up to Sealable. Sealable on the near side tube. Going to send that one across there to Mad. Mad, the read there, though. That one's going to get slapped out by Cruisin'. And now bouncing around mid. Kang trying to recover. They can't. Connemara coming away with that one. Connemara is just going to bounce this one all the way down and into the hands of Strem. So some ping pong in here at the moment. Connemara getting a grab there. Connemara sending that one up to Ender. Ender now looking at a one-on-one with the goalie. Is he going to get the opportunity? Taking the shot, and he hits it. He goes off the backboard, planted in the bottom pocket, and this thing is back up by 5.
And without a doubt, very purposeful placement there, even off the backboard. So thinking 2 steps and 2 bounces ahead, if nothing else. It's 7 points, and Instinct still apparently feeling that fire that they started just about 45 minutes ago. They are warmed up, and they're staying hot.
So now Mad inverted, all of Kang looking inverted at the moment. It's one of their inverted plays. Going to take some jukes on his floor. Leverage going to send this one up near side tube. That'll Sealable. Looking for that pass up to Strem, but doesn't see the lane. So gonna go ahead and back it up to Mad. Mad across here to Leverage. Leverage going back to Mad. Good game would go. And now back up to Strem. Strem cross pass there to Sealable. Sending this one in to Mad. Mad now with an opportunity. Strem behind the goal. Going to Strem. Strem with the juke. Oh, Ender with another stop. Wow.
Wow is right. Again, just slicing and dicing and not being very nice to all the offense. So Ender showing the full array, the full platter of just that skill set that he's been increasing season to season over the years. You know, before used to just be known as a scorer. I say just, but he was a great one as a great shot. Goes in from the man himself. Ender once more. Indeed, it's Ender's game.
I gotta point out how deceptive that shot is. So it's not just the shot itself. It's the moment he takes that shot, he pushes himself off shield. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a goalie, it's not gonna be a conscious confusion, but it's gonna cross your wires for a moment as you see the player floating back like that with the disc moving in at you at that speed. That was a masterful shot there. Study that one, guys. Copy it, because that's the next level. That shot we just saw from Ender.
Well, like I said, he's been known for that. Putting the defense into the mix now, but I mean, those shots, it's uncanny. There are not very many players like that who just can get seemingly any shot they want from any angle, even when there are goalies in the way. It's very interesting to watch, but here it goes for the Kangos. They get the goal. It's Mad. Now the 4th point here for Kangarillas, being held down, to only 4 in about 8 minutes.
And I would like to remind Sneaky of his grade 2 math lessons. Now it's going to be Instinct with that joust advantage. Of course, I say that with love, Sneaky there. But that's going to be Instinct with that joust advantage. Still up by 5 here. 2 minutes on the clock. Ender taking his time. Going to send that one up there to Kavichi. Kavichi going to back that one up to Cruising up to Kavichi. Some really good disc movement here. Sending it up to Connemara. Moving in, has Ender cutting in. Ender, just can't get the grab. And now trying to track it down. Leverage is going to come over with that one. Turnover here for Kangarillas, at least for a moment. Connemara does track it down, has 2 on the bubble. 2 on 2 if he can get this pass, and he does. The goal is open. Ender looking to take a shot. No, over to Kavichi. It's stopped by Mad.
Talk about known commodities. That is Mad in a hat for the shot. There's a 3-pointer, and it's a 2-point match in this first round.
Yeah. Well, we're coming down to the wire here. Minute 5 on the clock. 2-point game. Instinct up by 2 in possession. They need to run the clock here. They're going to be looking to move it down slowly, controlled, but they also are going to be looking for that goal, but they're not going to force it. Maybe, I don't know, as up to Ender. Ender going to send this one up to Connemara. Connemara, far side, 58 seconds, going to send this one across to Kavichi. Kavichi going to back it up. This disc movement here is phenomenal. Ender now moving in. 3-on-1, going to take a shot. He hits it for the 3. And now it's a 5-point game. Was that it? I can't do the math. You know what? Sneaky, throw it back in my face. Right now, throw it back in my face.
Well, it's 12-7 here, and it is just a barn burner. Who uses that phrase anymore? Apparently I do, but over here, 30 seconds left. We'll see what the response is going to be from Kangarillas. Either way, it's been a great match. Going over to the side tunnel now, and going to be had here. But again, time running down. It's still a close one, but indeed not going to be conducive, it looks like, to a comeback. So the first round with maybe one more shot just to cap it off. It's Ender. Give him that game disc and give him the round for Instinct.
All right, so can we just, take a moment and appreciate the fact that Instinct won round 1 here against Kangarillas with more than double the points at the end of the round. Like, they didn't just get the round 1 victory. They got it convincingly. That, oh man, this is, it doesn't even feel wrong. They did it so convincingly. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong, but oh, what a round. What a game there for Instinct. Ender coming out with 13 points. Ender with 13 points. They're the only player. You know what? Look at that. He's the only player in the game. This can't be true. Something went off of somebody's head. So it can't be true. I'm not going to say it. It can't be true. But Connemara Chaos also picking up 3 assists there. Kavichi 2 points and an assist. Also, Ender with 3 saves. Cruising with 2. And every single one of them, I mean, you can remember every single one of those saves because every single one of them were massive and clutch. And yeah, Instinct is playing out of their minds right now.
Absolutely. And for those who maybe do not know Instinct quite well, because maybe you're one of the newer teams here to Echo, or you're a newer viewer over there in Oculus venues. Instinct, this was a story in Season 1 of VRML, last season really, where Instinct, and I know they're going to listen to this later and just maybe hate me a little bit for just beating that dead horse, but just for posterity here, I mean, they all season long in Season 1 had impressed so much, but they just came up so close but a little bit short against so many of the top teams. And then over the course of the season, as it gets a shot in for Loveridge, Kangarillas, but over the course of the season, it really was Instinct who just kept getting better and better. Finally, when it came to the postseason, playoffs, finals, I mean, they made a really great run at it. They started getting those victories against those master teams, and it's just been all up from there. We're seeing it here, in this match especially, and it makes the whole story really interesting to follow into Season 2, just seeing how they do as an uprising team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, so impressive how this team has just progressed consistently since joining the league and now finding themselves. I mean, in a round one, they're up 1-0 against Kangarillas, number 2 in the league. Ender, though, ducking 1, can't duck 2. Lover's going to say no, and Mad's going to get the grab on that, send it up to Shrem. And a chain there, look for the dribble. The chain falls apart, in fact, so that one's just going to end up bouncing loose. Team's trying to get there. Ender with a good leech. It does send that one back, shovels it away, but Sealable picking that one up, trying to turn around here for Kang. No, Ender getting it right back.
So Ender trying to evade and just distribute over there to Connemara. Connemara straight through, but there's 2 different defenders there for Kangarillas in the back line by that bow tie. Will result maybe in an open goal. Need to hurry, and it is, but just taken by Cruzen. Was able to turn around, but now in another turnaround, Connemara this time denying another attempt. A little bit chaotic indeed here.
Oh no, Ender with the shot though. He hits those, and he hit it! 45 meters out from the opposite side track. He's going to plant that one in for the 3. That's Instinct going up by 1 here, 2 minutes in. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man.
Softest of touch. Tender from Ender. And getting that tinder, that fire burning still yet. He definitely has shown up today with play after play, it seems like. And whether, the defense, whether it's the 3 points outside of the bubble there, right on the edge on goalies, whether it's those bounce shots. A little bit of everything.
Now, Strem with an opportunity. Going to walk this one in, and he does it. Bringing that one in, he's going to freeze out the goalie there. Cruzen was waiting for the shot, and Strem took advantage of that and gets his hand on the rim there and is going to juke his way into to slam dunk, although it's, slam dunk. And that's going to put Kang back up by 1 here in round 2.
Yeah, and back to that shot real quick, also known as a boop shot going in there. Saw the chat mentioning that. You might have seen it in the pre-shows as well, those little factoid, Echopedia type, slides that we have. So that's a new thing. Gonna keep adding more throughout this season, but that was one thing I kind of want to do. Keep track, get those player cards, team cards. A lot of fun.
A good disruption there by Kangarillas on Ender. They're turning this one around. Good disc movement. I mean, we saw some great disc movement there from Instinct, but that it just takes one stuff, one loss 50-50. And again, we see it there again. Strem's going to get stunned out, and so it's another turnover to Instinct. And now Ender going to send this one forward, looking for, was that a cloud shot attempt? Come on, man. Connemara, though, sending that one in deep for Strem. He's going to stop that one, and now Ender on the back line. Can't get the grab. So into the hands there of Mad. He's going to turn around here for Kang.
But look at the 3 different players there for Instinct getting all back at the same time in the goal. One more was just left out there kind of defending the mid lane now. But so efficient here. Just like Kangarillas, though, known for that efficiency on the offense, on the passing. You can see them trying to regather themselves as some of these passes haven't been quite as clean as they're used to. But that can always change on a dime. I mean, they still have the 1-point lead as they approach goal now.
So now Strem slowing this one down, still up by 1, 6-minute game. Going to send this one across to Mad. Mad taking the shot, and he's going to plant that one in for the 2. And Kangarillas are going to go up by 3 here.
All right, so Kangos, there you go. That was picture perfect. That was exactly what I mean, how many times have we seen plays just like that result in these goals? Basically, effectively, one-on-one on goalies. Just immediate on the pass, very little chance for goalies to save them. And that is just the playbook that's worked wonders for this Kangarillas team. In previous history, too, I mentioned, of course, Instinct. in their history with VRML in Season 1. But of course, Kangaroos one of the most storied teams still remaining in this league ever since 2017. Now, there was a brief break in between there, but this is a team that's been on top every season that they've existed, whether VRML, whether ESL. They are on top of it all. In fact, world champions at that. So Kangaroos, they're here for a reason, trying to show up these certainly hot up-and-comers, in a sense, in the grand span of time, in Instinct.
Oh, what a move there. That was a great bounce pass to Ender, and then Ender pulls off the Halo, and I almost got away with it, but Kangaroo is just quick to stuff that now. But leverage under pressure there by Kavichi, sending that one back to Mad. Mad under pressure, gonna forward this one up. Nice. Sealable looking at it, an empty lane, taking a shot, but that one's gonna be high and away. And now picked up by, who's that gonna be? Ender going inverted there, trying to get away from Shrimbitsky. Does. And now setting that one up to that left tube there, but the interception, and now set back, and Kang, maybe an opportunity here, going up to Sealable, sending this one across the mat as Matt cuts in, and he's going to stop up, and send that one in nonetheless, but now slapped out by Sealable.
Oh, there were so many good things to say about that entire sequence. I can't believe the control that somehow Kangos managed to get together to make that shot attempt happen. It would have been beautiful, still might be just yet. You have a cutter there, maybe, but doesn't need it. They're just gonna cut it off the backboard, and they're up ahead now, 8-3.
Yeah, that was control there by Kangaroos. They stayed in control of that one, even through disruptions. They got them all back, and you give a team that much time, especially this team, Kang. You give them that much time, they're going to pop it in, and so now it's a 5-point lead to Kang with Instinct in possession. Give and go there, trying to break up that chain. They do disrupt it, so pass up there to Ender. Ender's going to start walking up here. Ender now moving up, chain's coming in to assault him. Sealable pressures, good pass up to Connemara. Connemara now moving in under pressure by Shrem, and then a soft back pass there to Cruz and reset here for Instinct.
Yeah, and this is what really brought Instinct some success to open that first round, was those resets, the patience. Looking forward again off that cut, but just a miscommunication perhaps between teammates there. One dived when they were looking for the anchor pass instead, so now going to lose it out here to Kangos. A kind of hot reset, but Strembitsky will get that through. There's the immediate stacks from both teams, but getting split apart are Kangos, but overshooting were Instinct. So Kangos will get it, immediate on the pass, but the save! Strong arm from Kavichi, and strong arming on the defense, disarming, and now getting it back. It's Strem again, though, for Kango.
So another opportunity here for Kang. Shrem going to send this one across to Leverage. Leverage going to back it out, try to pull that defense out. And Ender, no problem biting there on that one. So that one's going to get sent to Shrem. Shrem sending this down to the floor, looking for Sealable, but misses the pass. Mad going to try to come away with that one, but a couple stuns go out, and Connemara Chaos making away with that one, sending it back towards mid. Both teams getting chains out. Good leech there by Ender, but he can't get the grab on the disc. And now turning it around once more is Kang. Back on defense, but looking to turn it around on offense.
Again, look at that control. I realized that last pass was a little bit off, but still sopped up to collect. Even the one over, I think, from Sealable it was. That's been three or four times, I think. I've just seen these Kangaroos players immediately bothered by the defense, so they have to basically just slap pass it, tap pass it, and yet it keeps getting to the right spots. And that is what I mean. It's not by luck. This is by design. They know where they are. The communication of these players is that good.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I can tell you these are masterful comms. They're calm. They're collected. They're all communicating clearly, and there's not a whole bunch of extracurricular discussion going on. It's all about the game. They're all in it. They're all zoned in right now. As Sealable looking to send this one across to Mad. Mad on the near side going to back this one up to the back line there to Shrem. Shrem going to back it even further there to Leverage. Gonna now forward it back up to Shrem. They have some space, but cruising with another ridiculous save there. He's gonna stop that one, but back in the hand of Sealable. Another opportunity here for Kang. Over to Leverage. Leverage bringing this one in. Back to Shrem behind the goal. And Shrem's gonna fight it for the 2. That's a 7-point.
In the event that was heard by his stream, yeah, that is exactly what we get at least once per game at some point.
Yeah, they heard it.
If it was not heard, good. This is why usually we say, when it comes to Kangos, we gotta be careful, lest we get a hilarious highlight. So I'm glad the stream actually heard that one. But nonetheless, it's gonna be a bounce shot. Could have been good, but still gonna be good anyways. Strembitsky, the guarantee on the 3, and they're up 13-3 now.
Yeah, that was Kang's running away with this one. 10-point lead here. That's a minimum of 4 goals. That's going to be round 2 to Kang. Convincingly over Instinct. This is a totally different game here. I mean, Kang just absolutely dominated throughout this round two. And so you're going to be looking, Instinct's going to be looking to score something here, something they can build off of for round three. So there's only 33 seconds on the clock. Kavichi now passing this one over to Ender. Ender trying to go back to Kavichi, I think, or maybe just dropped it. But now 27 seconds, going to get set out by Mad back towards mid. Shrem was, you know, he was thinking about that long shot, tries to pull the halo, but Kavichi reads it. And you can expect Kavichi to be reading something like that with Ender on his team. As now they're just going to ping pong it here at mid.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Always mentioned about Kavichi as well as just a backwards fling from Kanamara. Is that, you know, you've seen Ender make some great saves. You've seen Cruzen, of course, the main goalie here, making great saves. Bears mentioning though Kavichi before he had the benefits of Cruzen on his team, you know, in preseason, and just Kavichi himself is known as just a strong goalie. He did have one earlier as well. So that's the thing. They've got some great offense here, especially with the likes of Ender and Kanamara. But, I mean, they have a lot of capable defensive hands. So even if the main goalie is out of rotation for some reason or that he dived, there's still another goalie there to cover off the goal. And if that goalie's out, they still have another one. I mean, it's endless defense, and they turn it into offense, and that's what's been to the benefit of Instinct, at least in the prior 3 rounds, dating back to that last match versus Illuminati. But, yeah, that round, it was Kango's taking control and just showing why they're always there at the top of the leaderboards of any league, any day, any season. And seeing what happens here now as we go to the third soon.
Yeah, and that's kind of indicative of Kangorilla's ability to analyze who they're playing and make adjustments when they need to. Because as has been noted, that round two was vastly different to that round one. That was still a close game. Kang, you know, it wasn't easy on Kang. Instinct did not make it easy on them, but they were able to just. They really dominated in that second round there. Kang leading in possession 58% to 42%. Which is going to be most of that possession that they're leading on came in round two. So just to show you how dominant they were in possession in round two. It was a different round, but starting a different round now, round three, as teams come out for this joust advantage, or this neutral joust, excuse me.
And taking it first, unable to find that handoff. Kang trying to defend their sealable bag. Ender, but no, Strembitsky does receive that one, cutting off nicely, recognizing where it needed to go. Same here for Loveridge. He knows where it needs to go. It's straight a little bit too much to the left, actually, and will be retained in the back line. Needs to be careful because there's the immediate stack. Twice at that. That is some excellent defense and cutoffs going on from Instinct there.
Ooh, and that one, though, that one's going to go loose. Trying to track it down. They can't, and now it's going to be Loveridge. Loveridge, they're looking at an open net, and he's going to plant that one in for the two. 33 seconds in to round three. Kang is going to go up by 2 here on the kind of an error, I think, as a stutter quite a bit.
Oh, no worries. Loveridge, definitely no worries on the shots. Just cleverly maneuvering around all over the floor. And Loveridge, a super important part of this Kango team. Absolutely. Again, sometimes you get caught up in what always happens, you know, with the front line and those crosses, and it's easy to get individuals lost in the mix because they're such a good team. But these players, Loveridge especially, as much as anyone, incredibly strong player, one of the best in the game for sure.
Misplay there as Kavichi was cutting in on the left side, but the back pass was for the backliner who wasn't in that spot, and they're going to punish for it. No, not quite. Sealable taking that long 3, but that one's going to go high and wide, and now back out. Still only a minute, not even a minute and a half into round 3 here. Kang in possession once again. Dangerous cross pass there to Mad, who had been stunned out in the chain. Coming to disrupt. Sealable, can he chase it down? Under pressure there by Connemara. Connemara gets the stun, but still in possession. Strem, that would have been such a Strem goal. Loveridge going back to Strem. Strem looking at a 1-on-4, so he's going to back it out here to Mad, and they're going to reset on offense.
Man, and if we're going based off history here, again, just maybe back off to season 1 as hold that thought. There's the disc, there's a pass, but no shot. It's a stun instead. Will be flung out of there by Cruzen on the good dive, a good clear as well. And there's a lightly boosted Kavichi trying to get through, but a very stunning Kangorilla as well with the brawls. And just to go back there to season 1, I mean, if we're basing it off that purely, usually Kangorillas, they get stronger over the course of each round. For Instinct, as they just ding that one, Instinct is a team that struggled more as the games went later. So that could be a story, maybe not. It is a new season.
And Mad was thinking about that long shot, but here's that on the back, Cruzen on the back line, just shutting that door very quickly. So no long shots here for Kang, but still in possession of it. Loveridge now moving in. Has Sealable under the goal. Loveridge going to Sealable, but a good read there by Kavichi, who gets a stun and the steal and going to send this one out, but still stuck in their own zone here. Yeah, not quite out near side wall. Leverage going to come away with that one. So maybe an opportunity here once again, 2-on-2. Give and go. Leverage taking a shot. He plants it for the 2. And 3 minutes in, Kangarillas are up by 4.
That was such a low-key, beautiful move. Okay, look, first of all, Loveridge and Sealable Bag, teammates dating back to 2017. That two-man game between them, the ability to know exactly how much power they need to put in between every pass, knowing where they're going to be, and just making that handoff after handoff. But what Loveridge did there as well, I mean, he faked me out, going for looking like that last handoff to Sealable Bag, which you're used to seeing Sealable usually finishing those shots, but he just kind of wound it around. He did a little fake, wound it around his back with, and then just made the goal himself. So gorgeous move that I just had to emphasize there.
Oh, speaking of a gorgeous move, that was a soft pass right at the edge of the bubble. I didn't see who it was intended for, who it came from. Oh, but no, that's going to be Shimbitsky walking this one in for the 2. That's going to put Kangarillas up by 6. But what we saw on the other end, it was player A was trying to soft pass it to player B, and player B decided to play the man to try to make space for player A. They both made a decision at the same time, and it results in that right there, punishment there from Strem. It puts that one in to put Kang up by 6 with 6 minutes on the clock.
Player A, player B. Well, I see what you did, Dimwi, but over to the back end here, it's going to be taken back. Looking like by Mad has a little bit of time. Kanamara in the nearby area, sending it over. There's another. You see what I mean? Right there. Had to do the immediate slap pass. It was the right place. Like I said, not a mistake.
No, not a mistake, not an accident, and some look
Again,
at this back and forth.
again.
Here. Wow.
It
does miss the intended target, but still in possession is Kang. And this is how they're responding to those chains from. Look at that, another one. It's all slap passes and Strem with the ducks another. Oh my goodness. Oh, Michael Jordan has just entered the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, Strembitsky, the classic. All of that, the entire sequence from Kangaroo. You can pick that apart and dissect so many different, just excellent executions on so many of those passes, so many of those subtle moves and the positioning, all great. Right now, Instinct in some danger. They need to find that score, maybe find some of that slowdown, much like Kang is bringing to the table, as Kanamara going for a pass, but couldn't make the finish, as it does go back now to the mid lane, slapped now down into the bottom floor, and just a pile up a little bit there at mid.
And that's the mental game. That's losing the mental game. Instinct has got to get back into this, as Sealable is going to send that one in for the 3. So it's an 11-point game, just over 4 minutes to go. Instinct cannot beat themselves right now. That ding right there, that was self-serve. That was they're getting into their own heads. They have to clear up. They have to clear their headspace. They have to do, they have to calm down. They have to get in it. I mean, they served it to Kang in round 1. They can do it again. They can come back here 11-0. They just have to do it. They have 4 minutes to accomplish it.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens about Kangarilla. I mean, there you go, 4 minutes left, and Kang goes in control. That said, having another shot here actually off the turnover, and just back passing. You can definitely see they found their groove. There's the clear, there's the boost, possibly an open shot, indeed, but couldn't convert. Still, though, that rollout was just so efficient.
It was, but a good turnover here for Instinct. Connemara sending this one in. That one's going to take the bounce off the station block right there in the hands of Mad. Mad, though, trying to send that one in. He's under assault. And Connemara coming away with that one. Looking at an empty net. Takes a shot. He plants it for the 2. And that's the first goal here for Instinct. Still down by 9, but more than 3 minutes to go. It's a minimum of 3. Could take them 4 goals. They just need to do it. They just need to do it. It starts right there.
Yeah, this could be that turning point indeed. We saw it already multiple times today. Do not mistake the ability here. For it was off the chain, but do not mistake the ability here for a very, very quick succession of scores, definitely from this Instinct team. But as I say that, well, it's Strembitsky, the instinct of his own. Knows how to find the backboard, knows how to get the goal. 14-2.
Yeah, 37 meters out off the backboard. That is that's a shot there. That's a shot right there. That's a 12-point lead here for Kangarillas. Now, it's still not out of reach here. 2.5 minutes for Instinct. They just got to start scoring. They got the one. They got that first one, and unfortunately, that's not how it happens. Shrem looking at the lane, going to take a shot off the backboard. He hits it again, and that's a 15-point lead suddenly here for Kangarillas.
Absolutely. In this third round, indeed, I mean, just immense on the offense, and maybe that prior history again coming to fruition, but as we mentioned, it's not a mistake for Instinct to be here at the high level now. They firmly belong in Master League at the Master Tier, without a doubt. For Kangarillas, starting to close out, which is what they've done against so many teams so many times, even sometimes, oftentimes, in fact, might be just at the brink of defeat in a round, but they just collect, they find their passes, their positioning, they complete those reverse sweeps, and that's what the experience brings to the table when you have a team that's been together and knows each other so well.
Yeah, and they execute so well. 15-point lead here, minute 40. Not yet out of time, but man, it's we're right about at that line. That one's going to be a deep shot. But Matt on the back line, not going to let that one through. A minute and a half to go here. 15-point spread. That's a minimum of 5 goals. We might just be out of time. As Strem looking to take that long shot for goalies and goals, so sends it across there to Leverage. Leverage going to walk this one in. Back to Strem. Oh, the slap shot. That one's going to bounce off the post and out. Minute 15. We are out of mathematical time. This will be round 3 to Kangarillas.
They're trying to go for that volleyball spike shot. I've seen those in some of the highlight videos. A variety of places, including from Land's End. Right now, just lands one. It's mad. And they're in great position now, feeling good to complete this week successfully. And yeah, Kangarillas, I mean, still for Instinct, very good showing on the whole. I mean, couldn't ask for anything better, barring, I guess, more OTs, really. But we've had 3 different ones across the 4 matches today. And I think 3 out of the 4 were round 3s, if I do recall. So, I mean, just been explosive on all of these. And it's been fun to watch as a game-ending shot will go through for Strembitsky and Kangarillas, 22-2 in the 3rd.
Yeah, what a turn of events there. As Instinct came out flying in round 1, got a very convincing victory, 15-7 over Kangarillas. And the Kangarillas just come back and dominate from that point on. And they the longer the game went, the more they dominated. And at the end, they get that mercy win. I did not see that coming. Anyone who saw those predictions that weren't supposed to be public knows that I did not see that one coming. And yeah, that was and look at that, Strembitsky absolutely popping off there, 23 points game high. Ender as well, getting 16 points. A lot of those coming in that first round, but yeah, wow, what a high scoring that was just
look at those saves though on both teams. Those numbers just incredible.
Yeah, that was I mean, you got look at the uniformity there on Instinct. 4 apiece there to Cruisin' and Ender, 3 apiece to Connemara and Kabishi. And like everybody contributing on both sides of the arena there. 4 saves, a piece to Sealable Bag and Mad, 2 to Leverage, 1 to Strem. Yeah, I mean, just so much work there, and the assists across the board there for Kang, a whole bunch of assists on the board there for Instinct. Just well played. I mean, well played by both teams. But yeah, Kang really they figured out what they needed to do. They started doing it, and they did it convincingly.
Yeah, that they did. So reverse sweep will be, and not the most uncommon thing. It's again, they warm up more and more over time, and just completed it. But yeah, gotta say hats off and just applause for what was a phenomenal effort from all teams today, putting on one heck of a great debut show here for Oculus venues in Season 2 of VRML Echo Arena. You know, things are growing fast. You might see it there at the bottom of the ticker. Just so many teams, almost 160 active teams now, which is just about a 4 times increase over where we ended the regular season there in active teams in Season 1. So just months ago, we were sitting at 40 teams, which was already the most Echo had ever seen, especially with 4v4, which was a new thing to VRML specifically. But then it just blew up in the best of ways. And the scary thing is, I even said this in the earlier weeks, just by nature, I expected after week 1, maybe week 2, we would see, you know, a good chunk of teams, you know, disbanding and maybe, thinking the league's not for them, or, you know, we try to cater to the widest array of players, of course, competitive or newer. It doesn't really matter if you're hardcore or otherwise. But still, you gotta figure there's gonna be a drop-off. And yet, we went up by about 9 or 10 teams after week 1. We went up about 9 or 10 teams in week 2, going into week 3. I mean, we started off with just about 148, I believe it was, and now we're 38 or 39 or in that area. Now we're almost at 160, and that's just a ridiculous continued growth across the board. Even the Discord, by the way, if you guys haven't joined that, sorry to cut you off there, but discord.gg/, Echo Games. I mean, even that, it took us 2.5 years to get about 5,000 members. And then the Quest beta came out, and then in the last few months alone, we went from 5,000 in 2.5 years. Now we're sitting at over 17,000. This is taking off, and it's for a great reason. So if you're in venues watching this, if you're on Twitch, Facebook Live, Juked, wherever you are, live or otherwise, whenever you're watching VRML and watching Echo Arena, it's here to stay.
And speaking of, if you're watching this in venues, if you're curious about what all the fuss is about, why we had such massive growth there with the release of the Quest, you can find out right now for yourself. Just open up that the ARM computer there, pull up the store. Sorry, ARM computer. That's a reference to Echo Arena, actually, Echo VR. But pull out the Oculus store there. Search it up there, Echo VR or Echo Arena. Give it a download. It's currently in beta. It's free. It will remain free. Once it goes live, you're not going to have to make a sudden purchase there. You'll be able to stay in. There's not going to be any sort of reset. And in that beta, I mean, if you wanted to literally tomorrow, if you download that right now, you could sign up for a team immediately. Now, you might want to play a little bit before you try to get into the comp scene. But still, I mean, like as it's been pointed out, it caters to all skill levels from newbie to seasoned veteran, and it's definitely worth it. As I've said multiple times now, your first day in Echo Arena, it's not an experience, it's a discovery. And I would love for everybody to make the same discovery that we all have over the last several years.
Absolutely. And for, again, those aforementioned newer players, people who hopped in, no doubt, to all the streams here and venues especially, yeah, download Echo. And if you are already in the community, because I hear this sometimes, sometimes I'll pop in to public matches and spectating, or I see comments on Discord. A lot of people are aware, but not everyone, of course. It's growing so fast. The fact that you can play in VRML because of the ladder system. You play a few placement matches over the course of the first few weeks, and you'll be placed against other teams of your similar caliber, of your similar experience level. So don't be afraid of coming into a league play thinking it's just too intimidating, because you can come right into it. You'll be just paired up against good matches after your placements, and you don't have to worry about facing the likes of the Fearsome Kangarillas or Instinct for your first matches. It's not going to happen. You're going to work your way up the ladder through those 160 teams to get there, perhaps. But otherwise, it's very, very conducive to wide community effort and participation. The scheduling, you get 2 matches a week per Monday. The schedules go out, or the matches go out, but the teams schedule amongst themselves. So you can do it anytime between that Monday afternoon all the way through Sunday night, perhaps even Monday morning. I don't know. But point is, you can play essentially 24/7. The casting, you're going to get casted. If you're in VRML, you will get streamed just like this on one channel or the other. We're featuring all the teams as a priority. And in 3 weeks alone, we've already gotten 90% of the 160 teams casted.
92% on the nose, in fact.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to be casted, if you want to be featured, if you want to have fun, whether you're treating this as the top competitive thing where you're just hardcore grinding at that league and scrimming so many times per week, or you just want to treat it maybe a little bit more like a bowling kind of league where it's once a week I'll get on for, twice a week I'll get on for 30 minutes, no warm-ups even. I'm just going to play, have a good time, and then that's it. You can do that too, and you'll play with other teams just like that. So you get exactly what you put into this league. You get exactly what you put into Echo Arena with its infinitely high skill ceiling, because it's a sport. And we'll be looking at this and playing this forever. But that said...
Forever. Sorry. It's going to go with a very old reference.
As is the course of things, but it will be time for us to sign off, I do think, as we wind this down. Just want to give that last shout out to, of course, our great sponsors in Pro2 VR. We have VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VR Wear. Thank you so much just for, again, the support, the opportunities, and to the Twitch chat, to the venues viewers, to everyone in Facebook Live and Echo and Juke GG and in the Echo Discord and community all around. Thank you for all that support as well. Shout out to our great league moderators, Wit, Nada, Sneaky Evil, Princess, Holocaust, Gilligan, Echo Zero, and Dano McFabulous. And to our great casting team, across the board, and the ones today as well for this venues event. I've been Palidore. That's been SirDimwi. So much for subtlety. Been manning the cams and doing a stellar job as always. Sputnik Cobra and Swift for casting the earlier matches as well. But until next time, which is to say next week, same place, same venue, same time, I've been Palidore. This has been VRML. That's been a stellar matches. Be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other, and we'll see you again so very soon. Have a good day.